Michael Vick here at BetUS.com. Get it all. Huge bonuses, great odds, a race book, live in-game betting, and a casino. BetUS, my online sports book and casino.
You're listening to All Chiefed Up.
This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Chiefs Kingdom ACU crew, welcome back to All Chiefed Up. We're back with another live podcast for that ass. And tomorrow is the first preseason game of the year versus Jacksonville. This is officially the first tailgate, Steve,
Mike,
of the season.
Slow down, baby. You're getting me horned up too early in this live stream.
Bring out the blue chew, baby.
You got to chill. You got to chill. We got football tomorrow.
We do.
What planet are we on?
What planet are we on? The long off season's over, Steve. The long off season's over. We've went through all the hell. We've went through all the horrible news.
The hell, you said.
All the horrible news. But we're back. Football's back, Steve. And I'm ready to talk about it with everybody in the chat, all the ACU crew, everybody, all the noobs that are watching right now. We appreciate everybody being here. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 50K by the Super Bowl, and we're kicking it off tonight. Tonight, Steve. It starts. Preseason game 1 to the Super Bowl. It's time.
It's time, man. I'm super excited for the first preseason game. Because like all offseason, we're speculating about what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
All through camp, we're seeing a little bit. We're getting a little bit of information, and we're still speculating about what's going to happen. But you don't really know until they put them pads on and they play an actual football game. So it's going to be cool to see people out there like Xavier Worthy, Louis Rees-Zammit, Jared Wiley. Like, there's so many exciting things to watch. We get to see Kingsley in his first action in the NFL. He could be our left tackle going forward, so it's going to be good to see how he matches up tomorrow night.
Dude, Kingsley. Looking forward to Kingsley. That's a good one. Let us know in the comments who you guys are looking forward to see. Throw some questions out there for us and this and that. We'll get to it. We're going to talk about all that. We got a long night of talking about the Chiefs versus the Jags first game, Steve. But some big news happened today around the league, and it's a former Chief, Steve. JuJu Smith-Schuster has been released. Ian Rappaport says the Patriots are going to release JuJu Smith-Schuster while a surprise, which is not really a surprise. This move does give Smith-Schuster the chance to sign somewhere else before the season. Steve, this has been talked about as a rumor. Surprise, surprise, the rumor holds. Spot Rack comes out and says this is not a cost-saving move. All $7 million that he is owed in 2024 is fully guaranteed to him. New England will take on a dead hit of $9.6 million in 2024 and $2.6 next year. Steve, they're taking on a full, let me add this up. They're taking on a full daggone 13 mil almost on JuJu Smith-Schuster. And by the way, this same coaching staff that is getting rid of him right now, that double dipped in the draft with Javon Baker and I forget the other one, Jalen Polk, I think. Mm-hmm. These were the same guys that were fighting for JuJu last offseason. Gets Belichick fired, and then they're like, get him out. This was a coup. They were overthrowing Belichick.
Is that what it was?
It must have been Jared Mayo.
Man, JuJu didn't do a whole lot there. He's not going to do a lot in that offense.
Yeah,
I think
much.
JuJu's at a point in his career, although still young and has a lot of experience at the same time. There's just so much to overcome with his freaking knee, man. He can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
It's like a recurring injury, and it's probably not even anything that he can help. So, I mean, it just is what it is. But, of course, a lot of people's interested in that. Now that he's been cut, I mean, JuJu played well with the Chiefs. He fit well in our system, won a Super Bowl with the team. And now he's available, and he doesn't look like he's very sought after. So people are thinking, like, league minimum. Do we get this vet back in here in the wide receiver room? What are you thinking about it, Mike? I know I've seen it all over X today. I've seen it several places.
Yeah, there's several things. Shout out to Bervantes Jr. over here on Instagram. He says, welcome CeeDee Lamb to the kingdom. And we're going to talk about that one. By the way, CeeDee Lamb has not been traded to the Chiefs. Nick Clow on Instagram says, I don't want him. I loved him when he was here, but Rashee Rice does the same things JuJu would do in the offense. One, we need the reps for development, and two, they're on a rookie contract. So shout out to our Instagram users, by the way. I appreciate you guys. Steve, going back to your question, Ron Kopp comes out and says if Rice were to get hurt, he might be the best direct replacement to keep everyone else in the same row. I'll put it that way. Kent Swanson, another big talking head amongst Chiefs fans on X, says JuJu could serve as Rashee Rice's suspension insurance, operate in a limited row. I'm seeing the same things over and over. JuJu is Rashee Rice insurance. This was the echo chamber thought of the day, and I've heard it 4,000 times. This is my personal opinion. Rashee Rice isn't getting suspended this year. If he does, it's not early. So I don't even think about signing JuJu right now. If something happens later on in the year and nobody's giving him any consideration, he's already pocketed $10 million from the Patriots. If he can sign at complete league minimum and he's okay with coming in and taking maybe 7, 8, 10 snaps a game, or if late in the year JuJu does or Rashee Rice does get suspended late in the year. But by then, dude, we've already developed some of our younger guys. We've got so many good young guys here. We've got so many good wide receivers that need to develop, and we've only got 6, maybe 7 roster spots. I don't think we need him. And I don't really want him. Let's be honest. I think that's over and done.
Well, we've had lots of talk about how the wide receiver room is going to shape up for the season. How many are they going to keep on the 53-man roster? Is it going to be 6, 7?
Right.
What are they going to do? And we've had to talk about this over and over again because it's a full room. I mean, I understand a lot of it's guys that need to bounce back that had a bad season last year. Then you got guys like Sky that hasn't shown up to the NFL yet. You got rookies. You have UDFAs. You got guys like Justin Ross that people are still hoping can overcome everything he's had to go through and get out there and actually be a part of the team.
Yeah.
How do you add JuJu into this mix? And I mean, the only way I see it feasible is if you use him as an insurance plan, as these guys like to say. But I'm with you, Mike. My personal opinion as well is that Rashee Rice will not face suspension this year. He won't. And if he does,
think that legal issue is going to get handled.
If it does, and somehow he ends up getting tacked with a 3-4 game suspension towards the end of the season, then I think at that point, I think we already have enough guys on the roster. Somebody should be able to step up and take his spot. I don't think we have to go dipping back to JuJu. I love JuJu. Don't get me wrong, Mike. Me and you were big advocates for JuJu to come to KC.
Anybody to come to KC last year,
right? And then he proved us right. He came in. He played the exact role we said he needed to play. He moved the chains, and we won a Super Bowl having a vet wide receiver out there. And we missed him last year. We really did. Because we had a lot of inexperience. The wide receiver room was complete ass cheeks. And we missed JuJu last year. But I just don't think that's a good enough reason to bring him back in here and muddy the waters.
Steve, the reason Brett Veach didn't want to keep him last season was because of that knee.
Yeah, something's wrong with his knee.
He was going through that in Kansas City 2 years ago. And then last year he's battling something. There's something to that knee. He's been a healthy scratch. He's been practicing in New England. He just wasn't good enough to beat out 2 rookies at this point. Look, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, he can beat out Kadarius Toney. He can beat out Sky Moore. He can do this. He can do that. I don't think so anymore. I really don't.
Yeah,
I honestly think his best playing days are over. I think the injuries have claimed another young talent at the age of 27. Football is a tough sport, wear and tear, and I think JuJu is basically – he's fell victim to that, to be honest. But, Steve, there's another wide receiver going around that's horning people up. And there was a fellow over on Instagram called it out a few minutes ago, and he said, welcome CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is the guy. But why did this come about? We actually a few, I want to say weeks ago, we had a report brought up that said the Chiefs may be interested in trading for CeeDee Lamb. We did a video about it.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday, there was some banner hysteria. Okay. Cam Sanderson, at Cam Sanderson 88 tweets, CeeDee Lamb is heading to Kansas City. And he puts it next to Hollywood Brown and CeeDee Lamb's ex banners, they have changed them both back to their Oklahoma days. And it draws 650,000 views. 20 minutes later, not to be outdone, It's Jody Newsom, takes the exact same banners, rearranges the words, and she horns up another section of Chiefs Kingdom. And she gets another 177,000 interactions and views. 1 million. We're at close to 1 million horned up interactions and views over somebody changing their banner on X. This is how wild Chiefs Kingdom is, Steve.
Can we get an original thought on X, please? Y'all got to stop doing this.
No, it's just somebody says something. Somebody's like, hey, let me rephrase that.
It's absolutely absurd.
I'm going to put it out. Let me rephrase it.
It's that way every day, all day. If you guys aren't on X, you're not missing much, promise.
But if you are on X, get over there and follow All Chiefed Up.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're watching this on X, we appreciate you being here. Retweet this thing out to everybody, and let's get it out to more people. But, I mean, the echo chamber on X is for real, man. I mean, you get on there, and all these people are talking about stuff all day long, and all they do is mimic what the other one says. So you'll get 25 the same tweet because no one has an original thought.
They create a narrative. They create a narrative very quick.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would just like to put this on record. Personal opinion, just mine. There ain't no way in hell CeeDee Lamb's coming to Kansas City. I don't know why anyone would think that's even feasible. Not only are we not going to pay that man, we're not going to trade to get him. We didn't even pay Tyreek Hill what he wanted. CeeDee Lamb is going to be just as expensive as Hill because he had the similar stat line as Hill last year. If Hill was the first best receiver in the league last year, CeeDee Lamb was number 2. How are you going to pay?
Can I play devil's advocate for just 1 second?
Yeah, let's do it.
Brett Veach was willing to pay Tyreek Hill big money. Tyreek Hill just wanted more guaranteed money.
Right.
He was willing to put $30 million plus on Tyreek.
No.
Wasn't it? It was right around 30, wasn't it?
$24 million was his top
I thought it was
offer.
27 to 30. Okay, so it was 24.
And looking at CeeDee Lamb, who's going to want between
he's
30
gonna
and
want more than that,
35.
Yeah.
This guy is, by all means, if you set Tyreek Hill aside, he was the best wide receiver in football last year. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
he crushed it.
Mike, we talked about everyone wanting to trade for Justin Jefferson, like during the whole free agency thing. And it's like, you can't pay him. How can you pay Justin Jefferson? It was easy to say that. Like, you can't pay that guy. It's not happening. That's
Well, Steve, Chiefs
pipe
Kingdom
dream.
thinks
Same
that you
thing
can't
now.
sign anybody. Like, they never think we can pay anyone.
Well, I mean,
That's always a talking point.
you have to be reasonable. You have to be
Right.
logical when you're thinking about these things. I
I
think they
do
will
believe
pay
he wants
people,
to
but they're
be.
not paying people that much.
He wants to be the highest paid wide receiver in football, or he at least wants to be up there. Justin Jefferson just got some kind of ungodly thing. Tyreek Hill signed something else. He's wanting to be right up there. And to be honest, he probably deserves to be paid like a top 3 to 5. He's probably a top 3 to 5 receiver in this league. I don't think there's anything about it. But we've got a little more about CeeDee Lamb. People were so horned up over it. People thought they seen the dude at Slaps Barbecue in Kansas City, Steve. Like they were calling out Slaps. He was at Slaps Barbecue 18 hours ago, apparently. I never heard nothing about that.
Braden
Same dude
Turner,
goes on to
man.
say, and
What?
by the way, this has to be satire. The thing
It can't
with
be
the-
real.
Yeah, the thing with the Cowboys is they don't have a deep wide receiver room. You trade Lamb for Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore, and you're loaded at a deep wide receiver for the next decade. Feels like a no-brainer. Steve, that has to be satire. I brought it up because I wanted to just laugh at it because that's a funny joke. Braden, if you're watching, brother, and that wasn't satire, I'm going to advise you to delete the tweet.
Delete
Just
it. Hey, you know what?
delete it.
Go buy some more Royals tickets and hand them out to people that need them. I love that movement.
That's beautiful.
I love that one. But this one ain't
dude has
it,
to
bro.
be trolling. He has to be
Yeah.
trolling. The first one had to be trolling about slaps because sometimes we'll go on there and be like, "Hey, dude, if I would have seen it last night, by the way, I would have spotted the dude over at a Cheesecake Factory, baby. That's the joke. He was at the Cheesecake Factory last night. But Steve, nobody's trading for CeeDee Lamb because why? Jerry Jones says it's not happening. Cowboys unlikely to move Lamb. Stephen Jones says the team has given zero thought on moving on from the star on the Doomsday podcast. And then that advises Landon Thomas to come out and say, CeeDee Lamb, he gives us stuff. 25 years old, 135 NFL receptions leader last year with 135, 1,750 yards, 13-yard average, 12 touchdowns, first team All-Pro, Pro Bowler, number 13 on the NFL Top 100, Steve. And we said he was a top 10. He should have been a top 10. Jerry
easy,
Jones
yeah.
on the deal. I don't have any urgency to get it done. Shake my head. This man has lost his mind. And that even prompted CD to laugh about it. He retweets it and laughs about it. It's a little bit of turmoil over there in Dallas right now, I believe. I don't think Dak's got paid yet, has he?
No, but I think, like, obviously this is all over the map. I get it. But the fact is, Mike, they're not going to get rid of CeeDee Lamb. They're not going to do it. I think Dak would be gone before CD. Like,
wow, that's a hot take.
Is it?
Right? Well, I mean, come on. I
thought it was common knowledge that Dak Prescott's never getting the Cowboys to a
Dak
playoff
Prescott
win.
as a top-tier quarterback. Dude, the dude had top 3 stats in all of football last year.
Why did he? Because he had the second best receiver in football.
Well, I'm not saying why he did. I'm just saying they see him as a franchise quarterback.
They see him that way, but they also, it's like a false sense of security. Like, if I say, like, man, I'm freaking a sexy man, I'm good looking. If I tell myself that enough in the mirror, I'll start to believe it.
Even though we ain't believing it?
Right, exactly. So, but like, that's what they're trying to do with Dak Prescott. Every Cowboys fan out there knows that Dak Prescott's not getting them over the hump. If every fan knows it and every sports analyst knows it and everyone in our chat know it, Jerry Jones knows he's not getting them over the hump either. It's all talk. CeeDee Lamb's not going anywhere. He's not going to trade him. Jerry Jones likes to say stuff just for the sake of saying
Jerry
it.
Jones is a freaking slapnut. Like, I think that dude,
Well, he's
until
90.
until he, like, I don't want to say anything negative, like, until he croaks, but until this guy's not part of Dallas anymore and part of running that franchise, you guys are going to continue to be a dumpster fire. Like, it stinks. But anyways, all this CeeDee Lamb talk has prompted this one. FanDuel come out and proposed a mock trade, Steve. Chiefs receive CeeDee Lamb. The Cowboys get Rashee Rice and 2 first-round picks. Tell me in what slapnut land you're taking that one.
Mike, I just said I think CeeDee Lamb's the second best receiver in the league last season, right?
Are you giving up Rashee Rice and 2
Hell
first-round
to
picks?
the no. To the no.
What the hell?
Not happening,
there ain't
bro.
Nobody doing that.
That's insane. You give it like, 3-4 years and people's going to be looking at Rashee Rice is a top 5-10 receiver in the league.
He's going to do that this season.
What are we talking
Rashee
about?
Rice is going top. He's
That's
a top 30
insane.
wide receiver in football this year.
Well, just a little side note for all of you guys that haven't got to see a whole lot of camp or you've only got to see the highlights here and there. Rashee Rice is the best receiver on this football team by a pretty good margin. Patrick Mahomes throws to him more than anybody else. He makes more plays than anybody else. They design more plays to him than anybody else. And he's very freaking effective. Yeah. I mean, it's just all there is to it. Like, dude, he's going to be even better this season, yeah.
He was putting people on roller skates. When we were at camp on Tuesday, it wasn't even close. Nobody could cover Rashee Rice. Trent McDuffie was keeping up with Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown was winning reps on safeties, okay? Rashee Rice was winning reps on everybody. You could have double-teamed him. He was triple-teamed. Najee Johnson. He had Brian Cook. He had freaking Andy Reid was out there trying to guard him, He's throwing cheeseburgers at him, trying to get them to slip on the grease, and it still wasn't working. And, dude, Rashee Rice is going to have a monster year. Patrick and Rashee have built a nice little chemistry. They're like this on the field. It's starting to look a little bit like Mahomes Kelsey-esque, the way he's looking at him from that wide receiver. Like, I've seen some good chemistry out there, man.
Yeah, for sure. He's got better chemistry than anybody else does with Mahomes right now. I'll say that straight up. And that's counting guys that's been there for 6 years, like McCole Hardman. And, like, I just see a lot more of that with Rice than anybody. I do think that Hollywood and Xavier Worthy both have pretty good chemistry with Mahomes, though. So don't worry about that. For a short period
of time, they do.
Don't worry about that. But Rashee Rice is head and shoulders above everybody else right now.
They're the clear top 3, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
In a landslide. Who do you count number 4 right now? Because I know everybody's got this on. We're getting ready to head into our first preseason game tomorrow, and you're not going to see Rashee Rice a lot, and you're not going to see Hollywood Brown a lot. Well, honestly, you're not seeing Mahomes in the first team, but you're definitely not seeing those wide receivers. You may see Xavier Worthy a little more than others because he is a rookie and needs to get some reps.
Yeah,
but who are the receivers you think we're going to see the most tomorrow? Like, so who would you say would run with Worthy on the first team once Brown and Rice leave the field?
So I think as the minute that Rice and Brown leave the field, Mahomes is gone too, and Kelsey, obviously. So you get Wentz in there, and I think you're really going to see a heavy dose of. I don't know if you'll see a whole lot of Xavier Worthy, to be honest. I think they already know what they got.
That's very possible.
everyone complains about him possibly being injury prone anyway because he's too little. So I doubt
Do you
they
think
play
we
him.
see a lot of Justin Watson even because they know
No.
what they have with Justin Watson?
No, I think you see a heavy dose of Sky and Tony. Probably.
Do you think we see a lot of Kadarius Toney, or do you think they're afraid he's going to get hurt?
I think you'll see him a little while, not maybe a drive or two. But you're going to see Sky a lot too. You're going to see Justin Ross. I think that's the three guys that you really want to take a look at. You'll see a little bit of McCole Hardman too. It's the bubble guys.
I think you're going to see a lot of Montreal Washington.
Nico could sneak in there. Montreal. Those are the guys you're going to see the most tomorrow night. Will it have a big effect? Like, I don't know, man. We talked about this the other night, but do you think it doesn't even really matter how good these guys are if they're not already considered to be on the team? Because I feel like Andy and crew kind of have their eyes on who they think is going to be on the roster.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
It's tough for people to crack that. So, I don't know, man. I think that's who we're going to see. I think it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Chief KT with the 2 bomb says, do people not realize Rice carried as a rookie? 100%.
Absolutely.
100%. That dude,
Well,
if Rice would not have
after
came on
about-
late in the season.
Yeah, it was after about week 8 or 9 when he started to really show up.
Steve, remember we had released a video last year saying, look, Rashee Rice is our number 1 wide receiver.
We said, he's here.
He's here. And he's ready. And then about a month later, everybody's like, hey, Rashee Rice is the number 1. And we're like, yeah, we know. Have you been watching football? I think it was pretty clear. I don't know who didn't see that. I think what it was that Andy and them were trying to, let's be honest, they have too many wide receivers out there trying to rotate them. They were doing hockey rotation.
They can't do that crap this year.
We can't do that.
No.
You need the top 3, and look, you can sprinkle in a little Kadarius Toney. If you want to sprinkle in a little bit of Justin Watson on certain plays and pull out Xavier Worthy. If Rashee Rice needs a break, or Hollywood Brown, and you put in whoever makes the team as wide receiver 6 or 7, like Sky Moore or whoever you got down there, Justin Ross even. There's going to be packages and times for these guys, but I'm talking 70% of these routes need that big 3 doing it. Like, that's for sure.
Yeah, we got another 2 bomb from our boy Keaton Ward. He says, I think you got to play Tony in this game. I agree. I think Mike, you said you don't want to play a whole lot of Tony because obviously the injury concerns. I think that you have to play him for at least 2 or 3
Will
drives.
he play, though? The last we heard, he had an ankle.
Back tightness.
He left practice with some back tightness and a back injury.
I don't think it's a matter of will he play. I think it's a matter of he has to get his ass out there and prove his worth here.
Is he on the border of being like, hey, dude, you are right there where what we said could not happen is happening? Like, your injury after injury.
If there's a border, if there's a bubble, if there's a line, he's a line stepper. He's the biggest line stepper on this team.
He's
like
Michael
he has
Jackson
to
moonwalking that line. He's like, look, this is Kadarius Toney on the line, bro.
He's like Charlie Murphy. He's a habitual line stepper. Okay?
Dude, yeah, he's on the couch with the shoes on. He said,
Rick James.
Couch. Yeah.
No, but like, that's the thing. I think Tony has to show what he's going to do, right? I think preseason's a good time to figure out, is he going to take this thing seriously or not? Because that's all that matters with Kadarius Toney.
True.
So, I mean, but I think you got to get him for at least 2 or 3 drives out there, see what you got going on with him, see what he's going to put into it this year, I guess.
For sure. Julius says they call him the hot stepper. He is. He's hot stepping the line.
Here comes the hot step.
Appreciate the 2 bomb from Chief KT. Appreciate the 2 bomb from Keaton Ward. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody being here, by the way. Again, this is it's a tailgate. It's technically
it's a tailgate. And Mike, while we're talking about technically tailgating, we're going to live stream the game tomorrow night. So
yeah, we're going to go ahead and do a live stream.
If you guys want to turn that game on and you want to turn on All Chiefed Up, we're going to be giving our thoughts on each play. The players, who's showing up, who's doing well for their stock and making this team, who's not. It'll be a fun night. It's going to be cool to see. So join us for sure and watch with us and just
wouldn't it be so cool if you could actually stream the game?
Well, that's never going to happen.
I want to be like I want to do like the Trent Green row, right? I want to be like, that was a beautiful pass there by Carson Wentz.
I want to be Tony Romo. Like I want to be a super obnoxious. Like every time they line up. Now what you see here, Mike, you're going to see them going. Yeah, I want to do that.
Oh man, but do you get as many plays right as Tony Romo would?
Probably more.
Maybe.
Probably more.
Probably.
There's
a lot of times we would
I
call
also was a professional quarterback,
For sure, man.
Yeah, but I'm excited about it. I know you guys are excited about it. Put it in the chat What's the main thing you want to be looking for tomorrow night in that preseason
Yes.
game? And while you're putting that in there, because I kind of want to see your all's opinions on that. My personal opinion is I really want to see Kingsley Suamataia and how he's going to do, because I will tell you this, and once again, this is just me, and you guys can tell me I'm a slap nut in the chat if you want, but I think left tackle's his. I think Wanye's already lost it, because when we were at camp, what I got to see in person, Wanye got his ass beat by Felix over and over. Wanye's also had some injury problems here and there. I think they've used him at guard quite a bit. I think that Kingsley is going to be your left tackle, so I'm super excited to see how he does in his first NFL action.
Yeah, me too, man. Look, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll that was up. I can't really see. Isn't it going to let me see what the... Okay, here it is. Would you trade Rashee Rice and 2 first-round picks for CeeDee Lamb? 71% says, heck no.
Hell no.
16%, Steve, says, yeah, sure.
Well, here's
That's
the thing.
a pretty big group.
I can't even be mad at the 16% because CD is a top-tier premier wide receiver, okay? Like 100%.
Yeah.
And he's already done it. I mean, literally last year, Tyreek Hill was a top receiver in the league. He was voted the #1 player in the NFL by other players. And then you had CeeDee Lamb with an identical stat line. Like, he did the same thing as Hill did last year. So it's like, I get the 16%, but if you really look at it, Mike, what Rashee Rice offers this team and what he's going to continue to do, because he's only going to get better, and then you take the draft capital into consideration, take the money into consideration, that's a hell no for me.
For sure, man. 100%. I'm not doing that. Steve, we got a 5-bomb from our boy Flip in the house. He says, trade Rice for CeeDee Lamb, ? I already know where he's going with this one. He's a little irritated. He said, that's like asking for Rice for Tyreek. So that's a hell effing yeah. He's going there. He says, imagine having Lamb with Mahomes, but do we need him? No. So Flip is on the 16%. He says,
Mike,
hey, man, I'll take 2 first. The 2 first-round picks are basically second-round picks. Because with CeeDee Lamb, you're winning the Super Bowl for the next, 5 years?
We're already doing that, son. What are you talking about?
Exactly. So now you're doing it. Okay, infinity years.
I get it. Like, it's all about how you look at a perspective of it. If we're willing to pay, if we could pay that much for a receiver, and it was just Rice and, second round pick or whatever, then cool, yeah. Sure, I wouldn't be mad at it. But at the same time, it's very unnecessary. It's very unnecessary.
Not Rice. But look, I think if you traded it and give up the 2 first, and you could figure out a way to sign him. Let's just say Brett Veach can wizard his way into signing him for as much money as CD's wanting. Let's say they get him $30 million.
Got his Harry Potter wand.
Yeah, they get him for $30 million. Well, you can kiss Creed Humphrey goodbye. You can kiss Trey Smith goodbye. I think that pretty much essentially means Nick Bolton's gone. And I believe most anybody, McDuffie would be gone next year. George Karlaftis would be gone. Anybody coming up for contracts within the next 2 or 3 years would probably be gone. And we'd be having to go back to a completely all rookie drafted defense in that. Like in my opinion, that's what you'd almost have to do to make that work, right?
I just don't think it's feasible.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
I think where we're sitting is good. But real quick, Mike, I just want to take a second to shout out everybody that came to the Chew with the Crew too. A little bit smaller, tighter crowd this year. It was a fun time. We only promoted it on live stream only.
Yeah, we kept the promotion down to the live stream.
That's who I wanted to interact with. That's the people I want to put faces to the names, so it's always fun to do that. Had a really good time. Shout out HC Chiefs fan Orkai Williams. He took us to a Royals game. Had a great time with him. Then we hung out with people like Shane, Brian Parrott. You had Melissa Miller, Bucky, several others. Sorry if I forgot.
Joe E stopped by.
Yeah. Sorry if I forgot anybody. I can't name everyone, but really appreciate you guys for coming to hang out.
Cole came by. You forgot Cole.
Well, I was going to say shout out to Cole, too.
Yeah, shout out.
Invited us over to his place. We got to check out his studio. We hung out with him for a while. And then he came, and we spent a lot of time talking with Cole. And that's the first time we got to meet him in person. And, of course, I think we clicked like we do just on live streams. So it was a good time. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, so shout out to everybody. That was
Cole's
fun.
cool, but he's not, I think I like his dog better.
Yeah.
Love the dog. I was scratching the dog, I was scratching it.
Well, I noticed.
Rub. I wasn't scratching and rubbing on Cole.
Well, I noticed you like Cole, but you liked his dog better than him. You liked his daughters better than him. You liked Danny better than him, and you liked his editor better than him. So
Look,
why do you have Cole in last place in his own household?
Look, Cole just has a nice family. They're real. They're down to earth. Danny's cool. The kids were cool. The dog was awesome. His editor, Alex, was cool. I had fun talking with him. Yeah, Cole's not last. He's not last, but yeah, a cool little thing he's got working over there. But good to see him and hang out with him. And we actually talked about maybe doing some stuff coming up. Maybe like Cole doing like a post game or a full game or something, like doing something live stream or so. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
but I
just
appreciate everybody coming out for real.
super cool. And by the way, Cole's the real deal, by the way. What you see is what you get with that guy. So anybody that thinks that he's putting on a character or something, that Cole's just Cole. Like straight up.
Yeah,
so,
he don't take his beard off.
He don't take the beard off. He works as hard as you think he does.
I thought his beard was removable.
Look,
it wasn't.
He actually had to kick us out of his basement so he could finish a video because he just wants to work all the time. So
yeah, he wouldn't even take 10 minutes and hang. So I mean, whatever. Like we were taking a 4-day vacation, and this dude's like, "Get out of my basement." But it is what it is. Steve, did you shout out K Wayne? K Wayne come by and brought
K Wayne. That's the other one. He got me.
He
some
brought
jerseys.
the semi truck. We got to see K Wayne's semi.
Mike, do you have my jerseys, by the way?
I do. You forgot to get them out of the car. I grabbed them.
Okay, awesome. Good deal.
But yeah, enough of that. If we got pictures somewhere, we'll bring them up at another time or something. But I do not have any available. But yeah, we all got a photo and different things. It was fun. It was a good time. Appreciate everybody for doing that. But again, shout out everybody in here right now. 357 is what it's showing.
Baby.
So we've got them all over the place. They're on Twitter. They're on Instagram. They're on Facebook. Wherever you're at, hit like, interact with us. Come over to YouTube and hit that sub button. We're trying to get to 50K. Appreciate everyone here. Steve, we got some football tomorrow, and I cannot wait. But before we jump into that, we have one more kind of story that happened this past week. And since we haven't been able to do a lot of content because we've been traveling to camp, traveling back home, we've been on the road a lot, right? So there was another story going on at camp while we were there, and it was Jon Gruden. He was there all week.
Jon Gruden was there.
Now, Jon Gruden was not visible on Tuesday when we were at camp. We looked everywhere, and he was not there. I reported that on Twitter, and then the next day it come out, and they said, Jon Gruden's been here every day. He was not there on Tuesday.
If he was there, he was very low profile. He did not hang out with the rest of the coaching staff.
Right. He had Harry Potter's invisibility cloak if he was there because we looked. But anyway, the whole thing was, is Jon Gruden going to be hired with the Chiefs? Was he there auditioning? What was he doing? Well, Andy Reid cools the speculation of adding Jon Gruden to this coaching staff. It says, while his attendance has sparked speculation about a potential role, Steve, Andy Reid clarified that Gruden was there simply staying busy with no plans for him to join the coaching staff. He goes on to say he advises a lot of people, so he's staying busy. The grass isn't growing under his feet, man. He's always rolling. I think he's just going to keep doing that. Advising, and hopefully he's able to get back into the NFL and get a head coaching job. He's a phenomenal football coach. He's touched everybody here, both sides of the ball, special teams. He got to sit down in those meetings. He's just a heck of a coach, and that's exactly what we said he was doing. We thought he was kind of coming in as kind of like a mentor, a guy that's like, hey, I've been there, I've won. These are some tips for wide receivers. This is some tips for quarterbacks. This is some tips for the linemen. Ask me questions. I've done stuff I shouldn't have done. That's what Jon Gruden's going to say. I've done stuff I shouldn't have done. I'm suffering the consequences for it right now. Ask me questions about that too. I'm sure he spoke to every one of them. It's living and learning. It's also forgiveness and different things. A lot of people aren't willing to forgive and want them back in football and this and that. It is what it is. People were very split, Steve, on whether they wanted Gruden here or not. And honestly, I didn't really care. I just didn't think it was going to happen.
Right there with you. I don't care. I mean, if he were to have a coaching spot on the team, I think that's great. I mean, he's got a lot of information. He's very valuable. He's a great coach. He's been around for a long time. If he's not, then okay, we don't need him either. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But I'm with you. I never thought it was going to actually be a coaching position. He's just reconnecting with Andy. Andy said he just loves football. He wanted to be there. He wanted to see it, and it's good to have a guy like that around that the players can talk to, pick his brain, stuff like that. So good time. And even though we saw on the way to camp from Kansas City to St. Joe, his car, obviously he drives a white minivan that has a sign on the side that says free candy, but on the back it had a Raiders logo.
Dude, we thought
on the
he
back
was going
glass.
to camp.
Yeah, I thought he was on his way.
He missed the exit, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I will say St. Joe is kind of set up weirdly. Where we come in every year, we're like, there's nothing here. And then we go to the other end of St. Joe, and it's pretty big.
A little bit more there. There's a little bit more going on. I got a 2-bomb from our boy Steve-O. He says, bless at all chiefed up. We appreciate you, my man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Good to see you in here. Hope you're doing well. Also, we got a 2-bomb from TGZ. He says, did you talk about the depth chart? If not, thoughts. We have not talked about it a whole lot, but Mike, there's a segue.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it a little bit.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the depth chart, man. We released our first 1 week into pads. We released our first 53-man. I think Cole actually come out with a 53-man yesterday. I haven't got to look at it. I'm with him. We talked about that too. It was funny talking with Cole, but you don't want to talk about certain things like depth chart because he wanted to do a video without my input. I like to talk about it without his input. Nobody wants to be swayed. We all kind of want to have our own opinions and not let those be swayed.
Right.
So, talking about the depth chart, man, I still think right now they're in position. We're going to take the 2 quarterbacks. I still firmly believe we're taking 3 running backs right now. I believe the 4th running back, and it's going to be a running back / fullback, in my opinion. I don't believe they're going to take 4 running backs and a fullback. I think they're going to take 4. And I think right now it's Carson still is leaning a little bit over LRZ. I know people want Zamet, but I think right now he's just not ready. Now, we're going to see where he's at tomorrow. You'll see where he's at tomorrow. But I think Carson Steele has got that kind of like RB4 kind of thing working. I think the wide receivers, I think they're still going to take 7. I think they're taking 7, in my opinion. And I still think Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore is on that 7. I still do. I think that somebody's going to get left off, whether it be Remigio or Justin Ross. One of those 2 are the ones going to get left off. And I know people want Toney and Sky Moore out. But, Steve, we were there. And Sky Moore's been running with the 4s. And Sky Moore was making play after play after play. And we got on Twitter. Not a single person reported it.
Oh, they have to drive the narrative.
There is one network, KC Sports Network, that gets to have big access to that, and they put out all the highlights, so they control the narrative. We tried to explain that to people. We saw McCole Hardman drop 4 balls minimum on Tuesday, drop after drop after drop after drop. And when we got back to the Airbnb, we flipped on X to see what happened, and they didn't talk about one single McCole Hardman drop. And matter of fact, they showed you the one highlight catch he made that day and said McCole Hardman had a great day. And I said, we are at the mercy of one group of people.
It's not
with
just
highlights.
them. It's a few, but I mean,
no, it's true. But then it gets parroted, and that's what we try to tell you guys. It's like when Andy Reid comes out and says, "Hey guys, I've decided to take Sky Moore on this roster," everybody's heads are going to explode because all you've seen is negative, negative, negative. And unless you've been sitting there all day, every day watching that, you're going to be very surprised. And we're just trying to let you know that you're seeing a narrative because it gets you clicks and interaction. It's popular right now to hate on Sky. It's popular to hate on Kadarius Toney. We're unpopular for sticking up for him. But we sit here and take our lumps. And then guess what, Steve? When he makes the roster, nobody's going to come back and apologize to us. Not a single person come back and apologize last year for us saying they weren't going to cut Clyde. Like, it's not happening. So, look, that's what we signed up for. We're going to tell you the truth no matter what and what we think. But going back to the 53, when it comes to corners, and I think that's the other big one is corners, Kelvin Joseph was injured. Okay, so we didn't get to see a lot from him, and that sucks. But I still think they take maybe 5 or 6, and I think Kelvin Joseph is right there battling with Kamal Hadden. That's your cut line. And Najee, I still think's on the team right now. But he's pushing it, man. He was getting burned play after play after play when we were there.
Yeah, Najee had a rough day. He got put on skates by Toney. He got mossed by Cornell Powell.
Sky Moore beat him for a 65-yard touchdown.
Among other things.
Yeah.
As far as the depth chart goes, you can't take it too seriously. It's the first one put out, and then you don't really know any rhyme or reason to it. Kadarius Toney being at 9 on the wide receivers is laughable. Because the way they value him, he's not number 9. I think he might be 9 on that chart because, like you said, he has some injuries going on. Is he even going to play at the game coming up? So, I mean, I don't know.
That depth chart is just nothing to be taken seriously.
No, absolutely not. I don't read too much into that depth chart. That's all I have to say about it, honestly.
No,
but from what I can tell,
Steve, in no world are the Chiefs ever going to take Cornell Powell on the 53 over Kadarius Toney.
No.
If they're both healthy, everything considered, there's no way.
It's funny, yeah. Cornell Powell, who couldn't make the 53-man roster for the last 5 years of his life, just suddenly, yeah, let's do it this year.
It does not make sense.
See,
Like,
he magically got better at football overnight.
Every NFL team had to come out with a depth chart by that day, and it's just all thrown together. It's not to be taken seriously.
So I've seen this too. A lot of people have the sentiment that like they put KT at the bottom to put fire under his ass, right? Is that possible? Maybe, but I think the chance of that's slim. I think it's more along the lines of.
Do you remember when they did it
injury,
last year and
like
everybody's
that.
freaking out over it, but it turned out it was just that the person did it in alphabetical order or something? It come out that the person typing it
was
just
something
put
like that.
It was something really strange, but it didn't mean anything.
Mike, we got Jose here. He's been a member for 4 months. He said, when I was at training camp, things that stood out, Pop definitely looks faster. Yes. Check mark.
1000%.
Wiley is tall AF. Check
Yes.
mark. Wiley's a big boy. And Felix has a frame to be elite pass rusher.
Check.
Check mark. A lot of people are down on Felix. Our boy K Wayne, that's his opinion, is that Felix is just a fraud. I mean, he always says it in the chat, and we talked about it the other night at the Chew with the Crew. And see, I'm on the other side of the fence, but that's the cool thing about it, man. Like, I can think that Felix is going to be really good eventually, and he can think that he sucks, and we talk about it, and it's fun. We don't have to fight about it, but I think Felix is going to be able to do something. I do. I think you're going to see a big improvement from last year. I think that Felix, working the offseason with George and Tamba and everybody like that, I think it's going to help him. I think he needs a little bit of confidence there to get out and get it done. But Felix had all the tools coming out of college. So, I mean,
Felix, maybe tomorrow when he gets his reps, you think Felix needs a nice splash play? Because he's had a very good camp. He's looked so much better this year than last year. And last year he was injured through summer camp, right? So he was kind of set back. He had not the greatest year. I get it. People are down on him. He's had a great camp so far. You think he needs a nice splash play just to alert the kingdom? Like, hey guys, I'm here. I've done better. Pay attention. I think he might need that. If he goes the whole preseason and you don't see nothing from Felix, I'm afraid people's going to stay on that Felix stinks bandwagon, right?
There's a lot of players like that. I think that the Sky Moore narrative, it'd be hard for him to change it, but I do think he could convert some people with a couple splash plays.
He could maybe change that in the preseason. If he has a preseason similar to the way Nico Remigio come out last year and just tore it up before that shoulder injury.
You have to think, man.
He's got a shot.
Clyde was in similar graces of Chiefs Kingdom last season. Everyone hated him. They wanted him gone. And he was able to flip that script by just playing hard. He ran hard. He was very
looked
effective
good last year.
when he was
and
in.
He needed credit. Yeah, he did it.
Yeah, but he flipped the script a little bit, and people started to come around. So
yeah,
I'm with you, take
man.
much.
I appreciate you being a member, Jose. Appreciate it, brother. Steve, another story. We talked about Butker just a little bit. We had a live stream about Butker, but today we got some contract specifics I wanted to bring up. I also had this little tidbit. Charles Goldman tweeted that Butker says he negotiated his own deal without an agent. He told them on Wednesday that he expected to be topped by another kicker very soon, but he was grateful to be able to move up the market a little bit, which is kind of cool. I didn't know Butker was his own.
I mean, I don't know about
there.
you, but I happened to see earlier this summer that Butker is one of the most eloquent speakers of his time. So
God.
I don't
Here
see
you
how
go.
he did. What? Oh, sorry.
Spot Rack reports this. So here's the contract breakdown. 4 years, $25.6 million extension. So he gets $17.75 fully guaranteed. $8.26 million is what he's going to make in 2024. But it's practically a 3-year, $18 million contract. It says the $18 million 3-year payout is the most for any kicker in NFL history. KC picks up $1.435 million of the 2024 cap space per the new deal. So the cap number actually increased thanks to Butker signing, which is kind of like what we were saying last year, Steve, with Chris Jones. If they had hurried up and got him signed, you may have been able to free up more space last year to go out and get that receiver that we needed help with. But then Jared Sapp tweets, the Chiefs appeared to gain about $1.5 million in cap space for 2024. Contract is kind of backloaded. Would definitely think 2027, 2028 is a team option year, which is basically what Spot Rack said. He just paraphrased it. So, yeah, it's one of those things. It's a pretty good deal. I think that's a great deal for the Chiefs. It's a great deal for Butker. I think they both won. That was a win-win. And it says that 27, 28, the Chiefs can move on if they need to. I don't know if Butker gets really horrible over the next 2 or 3 years. I don't know why you would need to move on from Butker. How old is Butker? He's not that old.
It doesn't
either,
matter.
Dude,
He's
you can kick till you're
ageless.
almost 45 or 50 in this
It doesn't
league.
matter. He's not going anywhere.
Morton
anytime
Anderson
soon.
kicked till that dude was on crutches. He was actually using the crutch to kick the ball through the upright.
Yeah. Man, Butker, I mean, it was easy for him to negotiate his deal, because all he had to do was go in there and set his balls on the table. And they were
Look
like,
at these
geez,
big balls, Brett.
like, good Lord, go ahead and sign the contract up. But, I mean, it's insane because Butker's been the best kicker in football. That's a no-brainer. Sign this deal, get it done. You have to. Like,
That's also why you let
I
Tommy
don't know.
Townsend walk.
really
right?
nothing to talk about here other than, hey, it's really cool that we just locked up the best kicker in the game to go along with the best tight end, the best quarterback,
Right.
the best defensive tackle. You lock up all those pieces, and that's how you keep a dynasty together. Then you draft well, right?
But check it out, though. Again, you signed a piece that you had to sign. You extended them, and you created more money on the cap. Guess what? Now maybe you can go to Creed Humphrey. Now maybe you can go to Trey Smith, go to Nick Bolton. You could possibly free up money this year again. Like, you can keep kicking the can down the road and doing it properly. This is what we were trying to explain last year with the whole sign Chris Jones and get it out of the way. You might be able to create that cap space to get something better this year rather than paying them all that money straight up. So that is what we mean when we say things like that. Contracts are very strange, but that's how they can do it. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys being here again. I just want to say that. Thanks to that. Get your stuff in the chat, and we'll talk about that a little bit. And yeah, before we get going any further, though, I'd like to quick shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this live stream, because we're working with BetUS now, ladies and gents. And we partner with BetUS this season to bring you the greatest book on the planet. BetUS is currently offering a 125% sign-up bonus up to $2,000 on your first 3 deposits. That's right. Not only do they have the fastest payouts in the industry, but they also have the fastest and easiest withdrawal process to get those winnings back to you ASAP. Not to mention, if you lose a few times, it's not a big deal. You get 10% back on your net losses 2 times per year.
Twice.
So don't be a slapnut and miss out on those great offers. Check out our BetUS links in the description, in the pinned comment below. Appreciate BetUS. Shout out BetUS. You guys
Go
are
sign
awesome.
up. Go sign up.
Go sign up now. Steve, back to football, baby. Tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow's the
It's
big
the
day.
big
We're
day.
kicking off, and I'm excited. So you guys get some questions in the chat about tomorrow's game. Let's start talking about Chiefs versus Jags. I wish I was in Jacksonville. I wish I was on the beach kicking it. I wish I was getting the tan, and I wish I was watching the Chiefs tomorrow, but I'm not. I'm stuck
Mike,
here in Kentucky.
We're not worried about the beach. We're not worried about a tan, but we are worried about football. Okay. And it's officially, I guess you could officially call it football season. I mean, it's the first preseason game. The Chiefs are in pads, on the field, in uniform.
100%.
So I'm just feeling like this right now.
That's right, baby. Nice and slow. Oh, yeah. He has an erection.
Steve's got an erection right
Got
now.
the blue
waiting for
chews
football, baby.
popped, locked, and loaded, bro.
Locked and loaded. It's time. The horn level on 11, okay, is what's going on with the game tomorrow. Steve, shall I ask, we know that Mahomes, Andy said all the first string is going to play. He said a quarter. It's
2
gonna
drives,
literally be
tops.
it's going to be 1 series and maybe
Yeah.
2 tops. Like, we
Right.
all know that. So what do you think? You think the first team offense looks you think they come out firing?
Yeah.
You think they take a couple deep shots? Do you think they connect, or do you think they take a couple deep shots and it don't connect? What do you think? You think they put some points on the board and horn us up, or do you think they just come out and kind of look like the first drive of the season?
I think they'll come out and they'll have like a strategic drive right off the bat. Just see what Andy's got going. He'll do like little things here and there, just like nothing crazy. And then they come out maybe for 1 more series, and that's when you see the guns ablazing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, why not have a little fun while you're out there? So, I mean, but then again, Andy could script that into the first drive just to see how he can do it. So,
I think they will. I think within 3 plays, Patrick Mahomes goes deep to either Hollywood or Xavier Worthy. I think within 3 to 5 plays.
I would not doubt that at all, man. Mike, we got a 10 bomb from our boy
Sam,
Samuel.
baby.
What's up, Sam? He says the Chiefs game gonna be on NFL Network tomorrow night. I believe it is, actually. That's what I'm planning to watch it on, Sam.
Sam, I'm going to bring this up for you, my man, because I know a lot of people want to know where to watch. Here we go. It's going to be on 38 The Spot, KMCI on TV. It's going to be on NFL Network and NFL Plus. So if you have the app, you can watch it there. If you want to hear it on the radio because you're stuck at work or something like that,
Or you're old.
106.5 The Wolf. If you want to hear it in Spanish, if you want to hear it in Espanol, if you want to hear them to say, Grande Cabeza Touchdown.
If you're eating tacos at
Ooh,
the local
yeah.
Mexican restaurant, you might be watching it on Tico Sports.
Tico Sports. If you can't do that, okay, you got the Chiefs mobile app on iOS and Android. Or if you're on a mobile, just go to Chiefs.com. They're going to stream it
You
there
mean
as
if
well.
you're not mobile, if you're on your computer?
If you're on your computer. But no matter what, the best choice is to have it on in the background, mute it, and follow along with All Chiefed Up because we're going to stream that bad boy live tomorrow
Right
night.
here. You know what I'm going to do? Right here on this side of the screen, I'm going to have the
yeah.
game.
We're gonna
Right
have the
here
game
on
right
this
here.
side of my screen, I'm going to have you lovely folks, and we're going to have a good
You right
time.
here.
We're going to talk about the damn Chiefs.
We're going to talk about it, man. I
Yeah.
think we're going to have a lot to talk about. I'm excited to see the running back rotation. Are we going to get to see a lot of Deneric Prince and how he's progressed in a year? How's Carson Steele looking? How's Reese Zammit looking? That's going to be fun to watch. Who's those bubble wide receivers, you know? Is Lucas Niang going to do anything? Or is this guy going to sneak himself right back onto the roster again? Like, I don't even know if I want that to happen. I don't cheer against anyone, but Lucas Niang can kind of get on your last nerve.
Man,
I'm
Mike,
gonna stop there.
You and Lucas Niang, bro. I'll tell you what, Lucas Niang at camp, he cracks me up because he had a very big upper body, and I think his legs are skinnier than mine. Like,
Dude.
there's like no base on that guy. No wonder he can't stay.
He looks like
I
two
don't know.
blow pops, right? Like if you put two blow pops together, like that's his upper body and then the little stick leg.
Yeah, I don't think this is his year, bro. I think this is the year that he's gone. But we said that last year, but
We've said that for 3 freaking years.
we'll see. We'll see. Somebody keeps asking my height in the chat. I'm 6'3".
Steve's
Not,
6'3".
nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy.
Appreciate the 10 bomb, Sam, by the way. Appreciate
Heck
you,
yeah,
brother.
Sam. Appreciate that, man.
It actually makes Sam our highest donor of the night. I'm going to punch him in.
Yeah. For you Patreon members over there, patreon.com/allchiefedups, just $1 a month to be a member over there, or a patron, if you will. We actually just did our drawing for a free Tony Richardson signed jersey. It's a beauty. He customized it for ACU crew, and
Yeah.
we'll be sending that out to the winner, who we already know and who we already told, but I got to announce it on Patreon. Did release a video there earlier today, so if you want to go catch that, you can watch that video over there. It's only about 11-minute video or something. I got another one I'm getting ready to post. But get over there and become a patron for just $1 a month, and you can maybe win some signed jerseys and stuff. We give one away a month over there. So
Yep. What's up,
Go do
Scoobs, KC? Just tapped in. What's
Scoobs!
up? Appreciate you watching, brother, over on Instagram. It's hard to interact with Instagram. Instagram is the one platform that it will not
they're not
let me-
they're not allowed to be on here with everybody else.
Yeah, they will not let us see the chat. Like Instagram is like living in the Stone Age. So I have to like watch. So when you guys see me do this a lot, I'm reading Instagram.
Yeah.
Facebook will pop up through here, but Instagram won't, and it's the exact same freaking meta platform. Get it together, Zuckerberg.
Yeah. What's he doing out there?
He's probably doing yoga, hot yoga with goats or whatever he does over there in California.
Got a 2 bomb from TGZ. He says you guys can stream games without demonetized. No, absolutely not. So even if we didn't monetize the stream, you still can't stream the game. Like, it's still totally illegal. So
Yep.
just cannot show a game whatsoever. Like, most of the time, if you go on YouTube and you're looking for like a stream of a game, it's always like sideways, or it'll have this thing in the middle saying go to this website, or like, you just can't do it. But turn the game on or just listen to us. I mean, we're going to talk about each play. I'm not going to call it like a Mitch Holtis or anything, but we'll keep you informed on what's going on every play.
Hey, if there's a good
Mike
play,
might do
call
it. Mike might be out there being like, touchdown, Kansas City.
I'll say, Pop breaks it off to the left side. Beautiful block by Suamatai. He's at the 40, 30, 20, 10. He's so fast I can't keep up. Touchdown. Kansas City.
I don't like it, Mike. I don't think you're going to be the play caller.
Come on.
You're not
it wasn't
gonna
that
do it.
bad.
Yeah, it wasn't great. But, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
It was also completely fictional.
Like, if I don't know. It's like if you wanted a bag of Doritos, but you ended up with, like, the great value ones. They don't really taste like them at all. You're the great value Mitch Holtis.
Why am I catching strays out here for no reason?
You put yourself out there, man. You auditioned.
Come on.
I'm just being Simon Cowell over here. Is that the guy's
rude,
name?
Man. It's rude.
It's not rude. Man, I also wanted to shout out Cobra Kai Ty. He showed up to the Chew with the Crew. It was good to see him
Kai was
again.
there.
And who else? I'm missing people.
By
like
the way,
crazy,
Cobra Kai brought his family. It was good seeing his girlfriend,
some
wife. I
people.
don't know who it was. But then Brian Parrott, he brought his wife and his son. Talked to his son a little bit. His son said he wanted to get into some content creation. And he was eavesdropping over on All Chiefed Up and Cole. And we kind of said, hey, man, come on over and talk with us. Like, you don't have to eavesdrop. Just come on over and talk to us. If you want to talk about YouTube, this is 3 people to talk to, baby. So appreciated that.
We could tell you a little bit about a little bit.
We got to meet Kay Wayne. He brought his 2 daughters. So a lot of people brought their family. Shout out to Melissa and them, their son.
Yeah, Bucky.
Bucky was the husband.
I know.
The son, I believe, was
Melissa and
Carson.
Bucky.
Carson, I believe, was the son name. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Shane brought his girlfriend Rachel. Nice meeting her too.
Hey.
She was a Swiftie.
Yeah, shout out to Melissa over there in the chat.
Melissa. So yeah, so we met Melissa and her husband, and he informs us that he gets on here. And
No, whoa.
What?
Don't you shut your damn dirty mouth. Leave it alone. Okay? That's top secret information you're trying to spill to the world.
I wasn't allowed to say it?
I don't want you to. I don't know if he cares, but I don't want you to. I want to keep it the way it is because it's fun, because I already saw some fun stuff happening earlier, and there's people that's going to stop doing things that are funny to me in the chat if they know.
Dude.
So for my entertainment, you're going to keep your damn mouth shut.
You need to calm down, A. And B.
Don't tell me what to do.
That is even more funny.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Okay, whatever. If you want to whine and cry about it, drink your stupid Mountain Dew. Go to sleep. No, it's not what everybody thinks it is. But you want to know what? I'm over it. I can't even do it because Steve had to have a complete freaking meltdown on here. You know what else? I'm just going to go over here and do something else. Steve's acting like everybody's dad in the chat. Here we go.
Oh, what do we got?
We
Daniel
got a 20
Purge
bomb from Scott.
Oh,
Scott TG
let's
throws out
go.
a $20 super sticker, and I'm sure it is beautiful, and he is probably completely horned up for the game tomorrow. We're all
Man.
horned up, Scott, for that 20 bomb. Appreciate you,
Rick,
brother.
baby.
He's now on top. Scott is on top of the leaderboard here for the biggest
What's
donut
old Clarence
tonight.
from Facebook talking about? He says, boo hoo hoo hoo.
What?
Cry me a river. I don't know.
I
We just
am
have
talking to you, just whining around over here.
I'm not whining. I was like, hey, if you knew what I knew from earlier, Mike, which I'll tell you later, you'll love it, and you're going to be like, okay, maybe you're right about this. Just leave it alone. It's too good. Okay?
Whatever.
It's too good, baby. It's too
Just
good.
freaking forget it.
Yeah, you do that. Heck yeah, man. Man, tomorrow's going to be awesome. Let's call this. Who gets the first touchdown for the Chiefs in the preseason? Is it going to be somebody on the first drive? Is it going to be Mr. Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice? Or are they just not going to score on the first drive and then everybody comes out? Who gets the first Chiefs touchdown? And then also tell me when you think it's going to happen.
Oh, man. Can we get the first Chiefs touchdown to be play number 1 to Xavier Worthy?
That dude.
65-yard touchdown.
Everybody be done for the year.
Dude,
Like,
there would be so much everybody be rocked up. It'd be just nasty. Like, I think I'd just turn the stream off and go home.
Man.
Just be done with it. Go get sized up for ring number 4.
No, we would have to go. You know, like when they say if it lasts for more than 4 hours, you need to go to the emergency room. That's what all Chiefs fans are going to have to do.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, everybody else in the world is just going to give up. They're just going to be like, you know what? Go ahead and call it now. Just give them the damn Lombardi and let's go home. Why waste a whole year of
waste a
flying
year?
around the world, getting beat up every week just for this? Okay?
For sure, man. That's what I say.
We got another purge?
We got another one. We got a 20 bomb from Fred Smith, our boy.
Let's go, Fred.
With the beautiful palm tree and the beach. He's rubbing it in.
Rubbing
that I'm
it
not
in
gonna
your
be at the game
face,
tomorrow.
son.
But he says, I'll be at the game. Row 124 at the Chiefs game. Go Chiefs. So, Fred, you have a beautiful day. What is their arena name? Is it TIAA Bank Field or something like that? Is it something weird like that? Am I making that up?
Yeah. I don't know what it's called. It's where Jacksonville Jaguars
you said
play.
I'm making it up. You said yeah, and then you said I don't know what it's called. You're on a real one tonight, like a real dumb one. I don't know what it is.
Mike,
but
please forgive me. Quit being mean.
This dude's been a pain in my ass for the past week,
For your whole life. That's what little brothers do.
all week long. No matter
But I
what
love
I did.
you. I
He
love
said I
you.
was dumb all week. He said I was
didn't
stupid.
know. I didn't do it.
He asked me for advice. I'd tell him. He'd tell me I was an idiot.
I didn't ask you
Like
for
this guy,
advice.
he's a real freaking piece of work.
Hey, Fred, you're a legend, by the way. Appreciate
Appreciate
the
you, brother.
20. You're awesome. We had a great time, though. It's always good just hanging out, Mike. Like brotherly time. It's always a good time.
Yeah, when you're not yelling at me.
I never yelled at you, but you yelled at other people. You got called out for it.
I
So-
didn't. Can I tell the story? Can I tell the story?
No.
Here's the story. Let me tell the story. You ain't let me tell one story tonight. I think the chat wants to hear the freaking story.
All right, tell them the story.
Here's the story. We're on the way. Where were we going? Were we going to dinner?
No, we were already halfway back home, man. We just wanted lunch.
Are we telling? Is this the same story we're about
I
to
thought
tell?
it was, but
I'm telling the story of when I saw Dave Portnoy.
oh, what is that about? That's not the last thing on my mind.
Oh. Well, I was telling the story of when I thought I seen Dave Portnoy walking down the street. I see Dave Portnoy from a distance in my head, and I'm like, this dude looks like freaking Dave Portnoy. You know, the one bite, everybody knows the rules guy. And so I roll down the window, and we drive by, and I say, one bite, everybody knows the rules. But it only comes out one bite. Like, that's all you can very much hear because I stop mid-sentence. And I swear to everyone and the Lord above that I did not know. It turned out to be a poor homeless man holding a sign that I thought was a pizza box.
A sign that said like you needed food, and you were like,
We
one
didn't
bite.
see the sign. You couldn't see the freaking thing. But
What
I
else
yelled-
would it say?
Look, I yelled one bite to a homeless man. I felt so horrible the rest of the day. And then this idiot over here is blaming
First
me all
of
day
all-
like I just planned it out.
First of all, this
Like
guy
I just
looked.
freaking wrote a script and woke up that day like, I'm going to yell one bite to a homeless man.
Mike, this guy looked as much like Dave Portnoy as you look like Zac Efron.
That's pretty freaking close. No, I'm
No,
joking.
but for real,
look,
this guy looked nothing
Yeah,
like him.
when I
I don't
got
even know what the
close
hell
to
you were
him-
talking about.
But from a distance, he looked just like him.
I don't even know what the hell you were talking about, dude.
He looked like Portnoy from a distance, baby.
Guys, that wasn't the story I was trying to tell. I was talking about you yelling at your poor girlfriend because she wanted Chipotle for dinner. Or for lunch, sorry.
I didn't yell at her. I said, hey, somebody
She
make
said,
a
stop
decision.
screaming at me, didn't she? She said, stop screaming. We got a 50 freaking bomb from Flapjack, baby. Let's go. He said, it's how I do it.
It's how he does it. Flapjack makes a decision. Look at him dropping that 50 bomb. So Flapjack, I appreciate you, brother. I see you over
Man.
there on X all the time. He's
Flapjack,
giving people hell on
Flapjack
X all day,
flies
every
low
day.
under the radar, and then he just comes out. And
Yeah, he's over on
drops
X
a
doing
bomb
the Lord's
on
work.
everybody.
I
Drops a
mean,
bomb.
10 hours a day he's doing the Lord's work on X. Appreciate it. Julia, Mike did not do what? You've
I
got
don't know.
everybody thinking that I'm yelling at everybody. I'm yelling at people.
Man, Mike's just out there, being a
an
menace
idiot.
to society. Flapjack,
The story
for real.
was, it was
Flapjack,
between
no,
Jersey
we don't-
Mike's.
We don't care about that.
We do.
We
it
don't.
was between Jersey Mike's or
Flapjack gave a
Chipotle,
50
and I said,
bomb.
somebody make a decision here. And then everybody's like, don't yell at us. We're not. And I'm like, come on, I'm driving. Make a decision. Flapjack, appreciate the 50 bomb.
Yeah, for real,
Appreciate you,
man.
brother.
Legend, you better update that down there because Flapjack just overtook top dono spot. About time. I totally and 100% understand, my man. We can't help what ads that YouTube decides to put in. We don't control that. If we did, that'd be the last damn thing I would put on here. But it just happens to put it there. So sorry about that.
What did they do?
Didn't mean to ruin your night. But I feel you though. Man, it was a good time. Mike didn't really yell at everybody. Well, he did do the one bite thing, but
yeah, but that was a complete mistake.
yeah. That was just you being a slapnut. You didn't mean it.
Dude, I'm always running around doing dumb stuff like that, though. If you came to the crew, you know I'm going to be an idiot everywhere we go. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. Mike, we also had a 2-bomb from TGZ. He said little brothers were born to be a pain in the neck. It's true. But, Mike's mean to me all the time, too. And then what really happens is when I just say something back, that's when Mike's like, why are you being mean to me? It's like, I'm sorry I spoke.
TGZ says, did you miss my super chat?
No, I just did a super chat from TGZ.
This one?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. No, TGZ
Yep.
asked if we missed one, so I was just going through and making sure we didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I do what I can to be a pain in the butt.
Yeah,
It's
see,
fun.
Clarence over on
Yeah.
Facebook knows.
What up, Clarence?
Pain in the butt, dude.
Yeah, we had a great step grandpa named Clarence. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Clarence.
A long time ago.
Oh, Clarence Meredith.
Hey ye. That was like 40 million years ago.
It was so long ago.
I think Muhammad Ali was still boxing at the time.
Oh,
There was a
Muhammad Ali,
dinosaur
baby.
roaming the earth.
Yeah, we did have fun, Ethan. He said, glad you guys had fun. We had a great time.
You know
We
what?
always have fun. We go to KC. It's fun meeting everybody. Dude, Kyle, by the way, I know you told the story or whatever, but HD Chiefs fan Kyle, he
Yeah.
donates all the time. He actually messaged us and hooked us up with some Royals tickets, man. We went and watched the Royals with Kyle. He got 4 seats on the left field fence. We almost thought we were going to catch a
right
home
field.
run. Right. It was right. Okay, sorry, I'm backwards. So we were the right field fence. We thought we were going to catch a homer, but ended up hitting the fountain.
I didn't.
And the
I would-
Royals ended up.
I would have thrown it back, and there
The
wasn't no fountain. It
Royals
was a
lost the
bullpen.
game, by the way, by 1 run the night we were there. Because why? They overturned the call at the plate where the dude gets tagged out. Salvi makes a beautiful play back to the pitcher.
It was completely out. But
And you
first
couldn't
of all,
see him hovering the plate, okay?
if I
Ridiculous.
was the coach, I would have walked out probably inning 4 and just looked straight in Seth Lugo's face and said, "Struggling with it?
He's struggling with it.
You
Yeah, he
struggling
was
with
struggling.
it?
He stunk,
He
dude.
sucked, bro.
And then the
Had a
night
bad
with 2
day.
of the crew, Bobby Witt goes 2 homers. The next
a
night they were
double.
not there.
Bobby Witt played good the night we were there. He just happened
Yeah,
to
he
strike out for the last out of the game. But, I mean, he still played great. But it is what it is, man. Oh, another
yeah.
purge.
We do. We got another one. We got Jeremiah in the
Let's
house
go,
with the 5
Jeremiah.
gifted to the people. If you get a gifted sub, you give this guy a thank you and a how's your day, okay? Give him a how's your day.
Why do they want to? They don't want to.
You say thank you, Jeremiah. How's your day?
They
And
gotta
then
have a
he's gonna-
full-blown conversation. Maybe he don't want to have
Yeah.
a conversation. Maybe
He'll
he just
ignore
wants
it
to.
then.
Maybe he just wants to help
Let me tell you
everybody
something.
out.
Put a ketchup in the chat. Put a freaking bomb in the chat. Put whatever you want.
Just put something
Jeremiah
in the
is a
chat.
legend.
Heck
He's
yeah,
a
Jeremiah. I
legend.
appreciate you. Appreciate you helping grow the ACU crew. That's freaking awesome. Another.
We got a 20 bomb from our boy Matthew.
Let's go,
in the
Matthew.
house, and he says, "Which game are y'all each looking forward to the most this season? I want to see the Chiefs hang 60 on the frickin' Raiders." Let me tell you something.
After
That
the
would
Kermit
be
the
a
Frog
great
fiasco,
start.
I think it could happen. It'll
That'd
get
be a
handled
great
when it gets
start.
handled. It'll get handled
You know
when it's
what I
gained.
want to see? I want to see us come out and smack the Ravens and smack the Bengals and go 2-0 right off the rip and beat them both by double digits. That's what I'd like to see happen. Right off the rip, beat Lamar, beat Lamar's cousin, whatever his name is, Eminem's cousin over here, and you just beat them both. It's over with. Quit
Yeah.
talking. Quit talking. The
Man.
AFC North sucks. Just quit.
Yeah, dude. I just want to see. You know what, Matthew? For the hell, I just want to see him hang 60 on everybody, every game.
Let's
Can we
go.
just average 60 points?
Yeah,
Can we just
let's
beat
just-
the hell out of everybody. I don't want to I don't want to be stressed out every week. And I don't want the good TV. I don't want the excitement. I just want the Chiefs to whoop some ass
Dude, I
every
wanna be-
week.
I want to be asleep by halftime.
I want to put my feet up and cross them. And
I want
scratch
to be asleep by halftime.
Scratch my head. And
Yeah, I don't even care, right?
Yeah. That's what I want to
What
do.
are you scratching? What are you scratching?
Nothing. I said my head.
You're what? Oh,
Nothing.
man. Appreciate it, Matthew. Appreciate the 20 bomb, brother.
Yep, you're a legend. Appreciate it, man. Mike, what about the food we had this week? You know, we tried out a couple of different things we hadn't had, and I'll tell you, there's this little place called LC's. You know, I think most of you know about.
Yeah, you guys asked for that one.
Go to LC's. You said go to LC's. It's great.
And
it's
I want
awesome.
to say, I am so angry at everybody for recommending that because they didn't recommend it last year. Because
Yeah, I mean
delicious.
that freaking just the pork sandwich, the sliced pork sandwich.
They didn't pull the pork. It wasn't shredded.
Let's
They
slice.
sliced it, and it was juicy and delicious.
It was that was so good.
Their
So-
sides
the
were good. They had
the
good
burnt
fries,
ends
good
were
baked
decent. They had the
beans.
good flavor and stuff. But I've had better burnt ends. But I mean, just for that sandwich alone, man,
It was
like,
good.
LC's
LC's was legit.
LC's, they know what they're doing. Shout out LC's.
We went to a place called Meat Mitch. Everybody said go try some Meat Mitch.
Yeah.
So we did. It was decent. Like the brisket was good. The burnt ends were good. The sides were crap.
I'll tell you this.
The
I'll tell you
sausage
this,
was
Mike, and I know
different.
you agree with me.
Yeah.
If I'm going to spend $100 on barbecue for 3 people, or more than that, I'm going to go to freaking Jack Stack and enjoy myself.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Q or something. But Meat Mitch is not on my short list. After that,
No, the
so-
brisket was good. The burnt ends were good from Meat Mitch. Don't get me wrong. Waitress was awful.
She didn't know who she was dealing with, did she?
She didn't know who she was.
She had Chiefs royalty sitting right there with her.
Didn't even know.
Didn't even know. She could have asked me anything.
Mike, she didn't know where she was at.
No, she could have said, "Kind sir, what do you think? Who's going to be the next big wide receiver out of the draft next?" And she didn't even ask me.
Yeah, but
How dare her?
Meat Mitch was
Clarence
whatever.
Clarence said Rosedale
we weren't
barbecue.
going to do Rosedale.
and
It
we
was closed the
tried
first
it,
2 days, right?
and it was closed. So we've got to get there. Yeah, Alicia, Meat Mitch is You're right.
Yeah.
Becky says Q's so good.
Oh,
So
yeah.
does Bryant. Q's awesome. Q, look, our top 5 is this, and I don't know, it could change any day, but it's Jack Stack and Q. No matter what people say. I think for me, Slaps goes in that top 5.
Slaps, Joe's, LC's, probably.
Joe's goes in that top 5, and then that last one can switch. It can go between LC's now, maybe Gates some days.
I like Zarda too.
And you got Zarda.
A lot of people forget about Zarda because it's the little guy. It's the family barbecue. It's
the common man.
they're not the sexy pick. They're not out there horning people up. But I mean, the food's good. It is. Like ask K Wayne, he got some burnt ends, and they were really freaking good. We were surprised.
Unveil the real. He says Big T's. We tried to go to Big T's, I think, didn't we? Is Big T's the one over by LC's? Am I just
Yes.
rhyming everything?
No,
But
it really
is.
was. It was right beside it.
It
yeah.
was. I think Big T's gets overlooked because it's so close to LC's. If that thing was 2 more miles down
Mike
the road.
said, "I'd like to see some Big T's, but I want to eat some LC's."
Come on.
That's what he said.
That,
You
bro.
said that when you were driving by.
Nobody said that. You make me out to be. You made me out to be mean to homeless people, mean to everyone, and now I'm just a pervert running around the town talking about Big T's, and I'm not.
It happened, guys. I swear, I was there.
Alicia says, "Did you try BB's lawn side?"
We
did
wanted
it.
to.
We wanted to. A
We
lot of these were closed.
We were a little busy, honestly. We didn't get like a whole lot of time just to pick out which barbecue we wanted to go eat. Really, I wish we would have.
Save you a lot.
What?
I can't even bring this up in the chat, but yeah, that's what Steve's saying. I say, and I did. Everybody's
I was
just
there,
out
man.
here. Brian says Odin's barbecue or Sneed's.
Oh,
You know, I've never seen either one of those on like list or anything, but I'll have to write that down and try it out. Randy says Frederick Inn in St. Joe. We were in St. Joe too. We
were.
we
camp.
last year went to Barbosa's. This year we tried out another Mexican restaurant, which was kind of more like a chain, maybe. It's not a chain, but
La Mesa.
it wasn't like the greatest.
Hey, I seen it. I was there. It happened. Yeah, but we'll try out some different places next time. I'd like to be able to have a little more free time,
Next year when we go, we need to just block out a week. Like we stayed for 3 nights,
Ain't happening, son.
but daggone, 3 nights isn't enough. You can't eat enough. Like we got so sick of barbecue in just 2
You
nights.
said we can't eat enough. You were like, please don't feed me any more
That's
barbecue.
what I'm saying. So I
You
didn't
talk-
want
what are
any
you
more,
talking
but if I
about?
could take a good day or two off, then you can go back at it.
I'll just do it every day. It doesn't matter. You just can't do it twice a day. That's when you get in trouble. Do it twice a day. That's when you get screwed up. We had a little place called Smoke Brewery in Lee Summit, and it was very meh. And they were just about as high as Meat Mitch. It was insane. And
Dude.
that was literally just somewhere we tried to stop and get some quick lunch. Like it
It was
wasn't like,
$80 for lunch.
hey, later,
And
Richie. Good to see you, buddy.
It was wild, dude. It was like 2 pulled pork sandwiches and a turkey sandwich. It was like $80.
It was like 90 something, dude.
It was
crazy.
ridiculous.
Wasn't worth all that. I'm blaming that one on Cole because he's like, come over to my house. And we were right there, but we were like, oh, yeah, lunch. We're hungry.
Yeah, we should have just went to McDonald's, bro.
Cole should have cooked us a dinner or a lunch. You know, he could have made us a sandwich. We could have
Told
pulled a
us he feeds
Butker.
his editor Pop-Tarts or something. Like, he's not feeding us anything.
Feeds him Pop-Tarts.
He said he eats some kind of cereal every day, but I forget what it was.
Does he feed him the cereal? Like he's holding the bowl like a...
Yeah.
Does he put him in a high chair?
He does. He does.
Oh,
We got a
Bryant.
5-bomb here, baby.
Yes,
For Bryant. He
yes.
said, should I still order some Zarda sauce? 100%.
100%. Lil Ghost or Ghost? I
Lil
prefer
Ghost
Ghost.
or Ghost.
I prefer Ghost sauce, but if you're... let me tell you this. If you're just a wuss, then you go ahead and get the Lil Ghost. And then
Lil Ghost is a little sweeter. It's not bad.
it's good, but I mean... I tried to get everyone there to eat the Ghost sauce with me, and everyone told me no.
It's not
Every last
it's not
person.
spicy. I don't think it's spicy. I think people get scared because it's like ghost pepper, but it's not that bad.
You got some heat
Lil
to
Ghost
it.
is good though. Like
Got a
straight
little
up,
bit.
it was good.
Yeah, Clarence said he sent us some pictures of some food. I'm going to check those out, Clarence. Appreciate
go.
you. Hey, Bryant, thanks for the 5-bomb, brother. Appreciate you, man. You're a legend. You guys are awesome for donating. Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you, man.
That's
Ray Ray
awesome.
says, "Do we play the Bears this season?" I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Oh,
No, we played
Caleb
them
Williams.
last year. We put one on them.
Oh, Slapnut Williams.
Yeah.
That's what people call me and Mike, but really it's about Caleb. You know?
Yeah. Who did he say was his top 2 QBs? Aaron Rodgers and Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford. Man,
Dude,
come on.
Matt Stafford's not even one of his wife's top QBs.
Ah.
She'd rather be down there.
Oh, with the Georgia backup.
Yeah, she'd rather be down there like tickling the roots.
Look, man, no disrespect to
down there
Matt.
in Georgia somewhere.
No disrespect to Matt Stafford. I think he's a dog. And no disrespect to Aaron Rodgers. I think Aaron Rodgers has been good throughout his career.
Oh yeah.
But neither of them even sniff the top 2. Like, they're not even close, bro. Like, they're just not. Not anymore. Like, maybe when Matt Stafford had Calvin Johnson and Aaron Rodgers had Devontae Adams, maybe.
Right.
We could have talked about it.
TGZ
but not
says
now.
Nick Wright said we're going to beat the Bears in the Super Bowl. The Bears ain't getting in the Super. What is he playing?
Look,
man?
I love Nick Wright, and I love that he's the biggest homer there ever is for the Chiefs. It makes me happy to watch his dumb stuff because it's great. But, man, he sure is a slapnut about a lot of things in
Right.
life.
Charles says I
Yeah.
thought we played the Bears in the preseason. We play.
I don't know. We
We
might.
might. We play Jacksonville this week. Then I think we play the Lions. I don't know who we play on week 3. I mean, it might be, but you're not going to play any starters. So
If you're playing the Bears in the preseason, are you really playing the Bears?
no, you're playing the Bears backups.
You're not really playing the Bears. Hell, they didn't even start them for a series of the freaking Hall of Fame game. You didn't put them out there. That's pretty wild. It's like, I think I would want to see what I got with all those rookies.
So how
and
do they
new
do
players.
that now? They've dropped it down to just 3 preseason games, right? Which is what they did last year, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been 3 for a while.
That's what it is
So
now.
do they usually play them in the final preseason game, or do they go ahead and sit them like they used to? Remember, they used to play 4, and they'd pretty much just sit everybody in the 4th. I think they're sitting everybody in the 3rd one now. They may play
who
for like a
knows?
drive. Who knows? I think
Yeah.
the second one might be the one where they play the most. So the Lions one at Arrowhead, by the way. So they'll probably play like maybe a half there.
Yeah, man, I just thought about something.
What you got?
We get to see the Chiefs in full uniform playing actual football tomorrow. Think about that.
You just now thought about that.
Think about it. I just
We've been
know
talking about it. For
I've thought
an hour
about
and
it a
20
lot, but it
minutes.
just hit me again. It's like, oh yeah, before you know it, The leaves are going to be orange outside. The weather's going to be cool. It's going to be officially football freaking season. I'm going to buy a pumpkin and put it on the damn porch, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Hubie Halloween over and over again and piss everybody off in the house. It's going to be great. I cannot wait. This is the best time of the year by far. Besides Christmas time, but,
Yeah.
we won't talk about it. Yep. Hope you guys are having some fun with us. We appreciate you guys being here. Hit that like button if you haven't already. It helps us get out to more people. It just takes a second. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, why don't you go ahead and do that? Because we're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers before the Super Bowl. And I also just wanted to give another shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the live stream, baby. If you want live wagering on all major games with the best variety in the business, plus 24/7 personalized service, 365 days a year, then BetUS is where you want to be. BetUS can also give you your very own personal account manager. That's pretty freaking cool. There's a ton of prop bets with Chiefs players, win totals, and much, much more. And right now they're offering up to 125% sign-up bonus, up to $2,000 on your first 3 deposits. So come make some bets with BetUS today. Click that link in the description or the pinned comment and get it going, baby. It's going to be fun.
Let's freaking go. Dude, it's going to be fun. We also, I'll go ahead and throw these up too. We've also they sent us these. Mahomes plus 500 as an MVP winner.
Easy money.
Mark it down, ladies and gents. This dude was
easy money.
They say he's number 4. Number 4 in the NFL top 100. He is going scorched earth, Steve. He will go plus 500 all day. I'm taking that all day. Okay. We've also got the Chiefs on a perfect season. Plus 3,000 to run the frickin' table. And look, how weird is it that the Ravens are plus 4?
Mark it down, baby. Mark it down.
One of these two teams are taking the loss right off the rip, okay? So one of these two.
It is kind of weird, ain't it?
Whoever's putting the win down on the Chiefs or the Ravens, somebody's going to be hurting after week 1. I'm hurting, Linda. But look, the Chiefs are doing it. The Chiefs are doing it. I'm going to put that down to at plus 3,000. Honestly, I think plus 3,000 is like insane. Like that leads me to believe they think they're going to do it.
Well, I find it more insane that like the Ravens were plus 4,000. That should be plus 45,000. I don't know.
It is what it is, man. But now's the time. Hit that link in the description and go over there and get yourself signed up and ready to just make some easy money, man. They've even got Xavier Worthy over there at a plus. I think it was 4.5 over under on touchdowns.
That's gonna happen, baby.
That's
Take
insane.
The over.
He's putting up at least 6 or 7. Take the over.
Take the over.
Take the over.
Samuel Lofton said he's going to be like Chiefsaholic out there taking bets, baby.
Yeah, come on. That's free. That's free money.
As long as you use your actual own money and don't do illegal things, do it.
Yeah, we're not condoning you to go rob banks.
No
to bet.
Chiefsaholic stuff. Can't be doing that.
That's not what we're wanting you to do.
Yeah. Hey, put in the chat. Who's going to have that first touchdown? I seen last time I said who's going to have the first touchdown tomorrow. I've seen a couple people throw Hollywood Brown out there, Mike, but I didn't see a whole lot. I want to see everybody's take on this because, Mike, what did you say? Did you say Worthy on the first play?
Yeah, I think they're going deep first play, and I think if they get behind the safety, he's going deep. He's going to Bobby Witt. He's going to go yard.
Literally, every one of you put who you think's going to get that first touchdown.
Everybody
for the Chiefs
do it.
We're
going through them. Chiefs face says Worthy. Hollywood. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Hollywood. We think Susie's probably going Xavier. She loves him. Melissa says Pops. Pop Pacheco's going. Randy
I thought she meant
says,
Dad. I thought Pops was going to get out there and score a touchdown.
Hippie
Old
says
man.
Pop. Uh-oh. Brenda says Rasheed's got that. That's a good one, Brenda.
I like it, Brenda. I like it. I like it.
Cheever says he's going Trusty Travis. Trusty Travis. Bryant says there's no way he don't go deep. You're right, baby. Worthy with a 70-yard bomb, says Gary Holland. Bam says Hollywood. Chief Face says Worthy. We got Worthy again for 65. Karth goes Wiley. Let's go.
Love it, Karth.
Worthy, baby. Worthy. But Susie does say first will be Kelsey. Okay, so she's there. Falcon says first drive. Touchdown on a slant to Rasheed Rice.
I love it.
Sam Lofton goes Wiley. Pacheco for Brian Parrott. Fred Smith, our boy's going to be there watching Kelsey get in the end zone on drive number 1. Charles Driver says Brian Cook's going to house one. He's going to take it all the way back. Let's go. Mike Johnson says Hollywood. TGZ says Wiley. We're going down the list. Pop. Matthew Rice, Steve. He says Sky Moore. Look, he's a lone wolf right now.
I love it. I love it. Let's
I would
go.
love to see it. Would love to see it.
Well,
let's go.
You know what? I keep seeing them. We'll keep going. There's Rice, Hollywood, Wiley, Rice, Kelsey, all that. But I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. Let me. I got to get down here on the floor and grab something real quick.
Oh my God, I'm scared to death.
No, seriously, I really had to grab something. But
Oh.
I'm going freaking Justin Watson.
Whoa, that's out of the left field.
That's
right
who I'm
there.
picking. I feel like it's just something that's going to happen, right? Everybody's going to be completely horned up for Hollywood. They're going to be rocked up for Xavier Worthy.
Rocked up for Rice. What are you doing?
They're going to blue chew themselves to death over She Rice. And you know what? He's just going to hit Justin Watson. No one said McCole Hardman either, though, by the way.
Nobody said McCole Hardman.
It's the annual purge, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready.
Pops in the house with a 20
Old
bone.
man. Let's go, old man.
We try to get Pops to go to KC with us, and you know what? He's probably working.
He said,
He
nay,
probably
nay.
couldn't do it. He said, nay, nay, I'm staying home. I don't want the burn
Nay.
ends.
No, but you know what? After the fact, he's like, I should have went. You know?
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, he should have went. Appreciate the 20, old man. Actually, a lot of
Appreciate
people were saying Pops was going to have the first touchdown of the season. So
Yeah, Pops. So if you get a pick six or whatever you're doing out there now, like I don't know if Pops is playing running back.
better get
or-
them big tatas out there and running touchdowns. What you better do, old man. A lot of people's got the money on you. You got to
Get
do
them
it.
knees, baby. Get them knees up. Let's go.
Better stretch first, though. We don't want you to pull a hammy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Rather pull a hammy than something else.
Could you imagine if Chris Jones pulled a hammy?
Jeez Louise. Hakai 7. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Says Justin Ross is that dude. He's going to do it.
Yeah.
Dude, they were running
a
that.
cool one,
Even
too.
on Tuesday when we were there, man. They were putting Ross and Wiley in on red zone packages, and they were throwing it up. It was weird. You don't see Mahomes throw back shoulder fades and jump balls in the end zone, but boy, they were doing it.
It kind of depends. I mean, if it's a big like chunk play, honestly, it probably will be Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown. If it's like a broken slant route or something like that, like a big yak play, I'm thinking Rashee Rice or Sky Moore or something like that, right? If you're in the red zone, you're already in, say you're within 10, it's going to be Pop or Wiley, right? Or Kelsey. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see. But don't pull a hammy, Pops. About time says not to do it, so don't do it.
So
Matthew Rice, Matthew Rice, wide receiver 1 for the Chiefs right now, is unarguably, Rashee Rice.
Yeah, Rice, Hollywood. Right. I mean, I don't think we really go by one, but yeah, Rice is it.
Yeah.
Susie says the preseason game is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., 7 p.m.
PM.
Susie, don't get up that early. They may show a replay on Sunday morning at 7 a.m. I'm not for sure, but it is going to be live at 7 p.m. And again, I'll bring this up for everybody too. It's just now joining us. 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's 7 for us, 6 for you guys over there in the mid-America. It's going to be on 38, KMCI, NFL Network, 106.5, Tico Sports, Chiefs mobile app, and on desktop. And we're streaming it. We're not going to stream the game. You won't see the game. So I don't want to say that. Don't come here expecting to see actual players running around on the field. We're just going to be watching it with you, talking about it.
Yeah,
That's what that is. So
Yeah,
no
exactly.
false hopes.
But it'll be fun to do because first we'll be, of course, talking about the game, talking about each play, but we're also going to get to see in real time and with the chat, like who's earning their way onto this roster, who's hurting themselves, like things like that. Like we'll talk about some of the narratives that's gone on so far and how they correlate and how they apply to the game and stuff like that. It'd be fun. Matt Rice also says Rashee Rice don't got the mental aspect to do it. He's not wide receiver 1. Well, you know what, Matt Rice? When's the last time you gave a mental exam to Rashee Rice? I don't know. I think that's unfair.
Hey, he has been kind of a slap nut. I'll give him that. He slap nutted it up this offseason.
On the field, though, the only thing I could even see that might be remotely a mental problem on the field was the fact that he was yelling at that Patrick Mahomes because he didn't throw him that wide open touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he said, bro,
And you
your
know
boy's
what?
open.
I liked that. I loved it. That showed me that Rashee Rice had balls. He went and yelled at the best quarterback of all time and said, hey, what the hell are you doing? I'm wide open, bro. I love that he had the balls to do that. I
Me
do.
too.
And I understand that he didn't know that, Creed had butchered the snap. So, I mean, he had every right to do it, and I liked it. I liked that he had the balls to do it. That kind of back and forth, that fire, that passion, that's what you want, man. You want that.
Let the boy watch.
Just let him watch, baby.
Let him watch. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Heck yeah, man. Super excited about it. I guess like another guy that I want to watch, Mike, hopefully he gets a lot of snaps because I think he needs to. Felix. I want to see him get to the damn quarterback. I want to see him knock somebody's head off.
You want to take a guess at who gets some sacks tomorrow? Who's on that sack game tomorrow? You think we get any sacks? What do you think? I think Leo Chanel's.
I'm not sure about the game, but I guarantee you that Joe Burrow is going to be on a sack tomorrow. I win there.
Well, I don't know if Joe Burrow will be on a sack, but the fans.
That's my favorite clip ever, dude.
Hey, the fans are all over.
That
Joe Burrow's
turtle is
sack,
getting
baby.
it, bro.
Yeah.
That turtle got into somebody's blue chew.
He looked like Belichick out here with that with his 22-year-old. Get it, Belichick. Get it, baby. Let's go.
All right, that's enough.
That's enough of it.
Babysitter came in and said, "Stop. Y'all stop. You're being immature." No, but I want to see Felix actually get some sacks, man. Like, he has to. Mike, speaking of, we have a picture with the sign that just said sack. It's supposed to say Big Mac sack, but we cut it off. I got to get that bad boy posted. I forgot about that one.
Will you Photoshop Chris Jones' face in there somewhere where it looks
Yes,
like it's
I
just
will.
a sign for Chris Jones?
Done.
Like,
Consider it done, baby.
Take a picture with Chris Jones' sack. Let's go.
Consider it done. Gary Holland. What's up, Gary? He says Tranquil's going to have a huge year. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I
Man,
think so, too.
Tranquil looked really good at camp. He was out there getting everybody riled up. He was talking trash.
Kelsey went at it.
No, he didn't even go at it. The fact that he made a play, man, he shut a pass down to Kelsey. Kelsey celebrated with him because it was so good. But yeah, Tranquil's going to be fun, man.
Tranquil is going to be a beast. I found it funny when we signed Drew Tranquil, we actually put on Facebook, or it wasn't on Facebook, it was on YouTube. It was a community post. What do you guys think about the Tranquil signing? There was like 20% that was just like, meh. And I was like, what 20% of you guys
who
are
are
living
you?
under a rock, baby?
Man, here was my theory when I saw, as soon as we signed Tranquil, I was like, that's a great signing. You know why? Because I absolutely freaking hated him when he played for the Chargers because he was good. Like, I remembered him from that, being like, that's the guy that got on my freaking nerves because he's out there making plays.
As
So,
soon as
yeah,
we signed
sign
him
him
to
up.
the 3-year extension this offseason, I said, goodbye, Willie.
Later, Will. See
Later,
you, buddy.
William.
Billy.
We got a 20 bomb from Horned Up.
Let's
Horned
go,
Up.
baby.
I love it.
Like that name, baby. That's
He says,
snazzy.
Let's freaking go. The season is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. The best damn Chiefs content in the galaxy. Not in this galaxy or the next. Where's the...
It's football season, baby.
It's football season. It's football
Let's go.
season. Where's the... I was thinking of Star Wars, okay?
I wasn't even
threw a
listening
blank
to you.
here.
I was dancing in my own world.
I
baby.
went blank. I was trying to think about different galaxies and planets. We're the best Chiefs channel on Earth and on Alderaan. Okay,
Is that the name of one of the places?
you watch Star Wars, and
I know, Mike. I'm just giving you crap. Come on,
you
man.
better be, because every Star Wars player here will
Mike,
unsubscribe from you.
Don't
Every Star
mess with
Wars-
Star Wars with Mike.
Every
Take it
Star Wars
seriously.
fan will come and grab you.
Mike, I
Appreciate you, Horned Up, for the 20 bomb, baby.
Luke Skywalker right over here, buddy.
Luke
and Darth,
Skywalker.
freaking Darth.
Hey,
What?
struggling with it?
You struggling with it?
I was trying to think of another galaxy far, far away.
No one cares about it though, you know, because it's everywhere. We're universal.
It's universal.
Yeah, John Clifford. He says universal, baby. See, he knew. He's right there with us. Great minds think alike.
Mike Johnson says another great cast, guys.
Mike Johnson.
Great live chat. Let's go 3-peat.
I don't know.
Horned
I
up
think he
over
probably didn't clench his teeth together the whole time
I
he said
did.
it, but
That was me. Just couldn't contain the excitement.
appreciate you, Mike. Thanks for the gas, baby.
Been over here snorting wiener dope for an hour and a half, horned up, ready to roll for tomorrow, baby.
Dude.
Let's go.
Feel it down in my plums, son.
Feel it.
It's football season.
Feel it down in my plums.
I can feel it all the way down in my plums, getting all swollen, with a light blue hue to them, fresh and juicy, ready for the picking. Hey, that plum looks good. Can I trade it for your Twinkie? Let the juice spill down my chin. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You know what Pops feels down in his plums? Carson Steele for 2 touchdowns?
Pops, what is Pops doing tonight? What is going on?
I will tell you this. That's something we haven't talked about yet, really. But when we were at camp, of course, we get to see every play. We don't just get to see the highlights, right? They use Carson Steele a lot. He ran with the ones. They had designed passes to him.
He's building trust.
Yeah, there's some trust there. Carson Steele looks good on the field. He looks like a weird mini Thor off the field, you know, when then he puts his helmet on and he turns into a football player. And man, I like him. And I think they like him too. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him in the preseason game. Pops, you might not be far off. He might at least get one because they did use him quite a bit. So I think we'll see him.
They did. They had a design screen
for
him.
Yeah.
And he housed one of them.
Housed it.
And they played Joe Diffie, pickup man, as soon as he housed it. Because why? He looks like he's just a little redneck guy out there just running
Mike,
TDs.
I want to get him a little hammer that he just holds on the sideline so he can be baby Thor over there on the sideline.
Yeah, he's
just holds it. No helmet. Like take the penalty, whatever you got, you know, whatever. Just take your helmet off and hold the hammer.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Look at him. He's just gonna score 2 TDs and casually light up a Marlboro Red, and he's gonna crack open a Budweiser, and he's gonna say, "Give me another touchdown." Then he's gonna flirt with your mom in the end zone, baby. That's what's gonna happen in Jacksonville. He may impregnate half of Jacksonville tomorrow night after the game.
I was gonna sing a Joe Diffie song, and I couldn't even think of one, bro.
Pickup man. That's what they played for him.
Oh, okay.
But you can't sing it. You'll get demonetized.
No,
Joe Diffie might
I couldn't sing it. I couldn't sing it well enough to get demonetized.
Hey, Joe Diffie's probably watching.
Did you call him? Did you call him Mo Diffie?
Joe Diffie's watching. He said if they sing that one note, I'm putting a demonetization.
I thought you said Mo Jiffy.
Demonetization sticker on him. What?
I thought you said Mo Jiffy. I thought you wanted like some peanut butter or something.
Peanut butter, baby.
I don't know what was happening. No, but that's a player that we hadn't really talked about that they did use a lot. Was there anybody else, Mike, that surprised you? They were using them in the ones a lot. Like I know there was a couple players that.
Yeah, Cam Jones. I think we're going to see Cam Jones start tomorrow night over Nick Bolton, probably.
Yeah, well, Nick's nursing the elbow, right?
Nick's nursing it. He's nursing it. I honestly don't think we'll see Kadarius Toney or Nick Bolton. Now, I could be wrong about both, and if I'm more wrong about one, I think it could be maybe Toney. Toney might have to play.
He needs to.
Like, this dude's got to play at some point, right? Like, and then again, maybe he don't. Maybe he's safe. Maybe we all just don't understand that Brett and Andy love him so much he's just completely safe, and we're just all just thinking too much.
Tony's such a odd duck. Like even at camp, he was by himself. He's a lone wolf, 100%. Not saying you don't get along with the players. I mean, when they're on the field, he has fun with everybody and gets along with everybody. But I mean, even walking down the field by himself, kind of off to himself a lot. He's so strange. He's hard to read. It's like he's such a mysterious guy. But I wish he would just get it together and actually care about playing football. If that's the case, that might not even be the case. But that's what I think.
Yeah, maybe he's just fragile.
I don't think he is. He
maybe
looks like
he didn't drink. Maybe he didn't drink enough milk as a child.
He didn't take his Flintstone vitamins. He didn't drink his orange juice. We got to do something, man.
He needs some calcium. Somebody sneak into his room tonight and pump him up with some calcium. Get those bones working. I don't know. The only bone he's... Never mind.
Feel it down in my plums.
Look.
He said, makes my bones hurt.
I ain't talking about it. I had a perfect Blue Chew segue right there, but we're not sponsored by them, so they don't get it.
No, but we are sponsored by BetUS, so click that link.
Click that link.
You like what I did there, baby? You like what I did there?
I did like it, I did like where you're going there.
But Blue Chew, call me.
Iron Price. I see Iron Price in the chat out here.
What's up, Iron Price?
I think he called us small potatoes.
Potato. Suck it, Iron Price.
Hey, Iron Price gets one. Let's give him one. I know,
right.
and this isn't because we hate Iron Price. It's with genuine love in our hearts.
Suck it! Suck it! We got 2 words for you! Suck it!
Woo, holding
Suck
it
it,
down
baby.
down there in Portugal.
Man, you know what? Where's
Wait,
Kay
Iron
Wayne?
Price is not the one that was in Portugal? What am I
No,
talking about?
that's Enrique.
That's Enrique. Hey, Iron Price, are you in Portugal?
Absolutely
If you are,
not.
say hey to Enrique.
He's like, no, man, I'm in like Oklahoma. Or
Say
something.
hi to Enrique for me, baby.
I forgot what I was going to say now. You screwed me up so bad, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
Well, don't worry about it. I got something better for you.
What you got? Another purge.
I got a purge coming.
Is this the forever purge?
Our boy Andrew Armstrong in the house
What
with
up,
a 20
Andrew?
bomb.
Let's
And he
freaking
says,
go,
good to see
baby."
you, fellas. Thanks for the great content. Not the good content, not the
greatest.
mediocre content, but the greatest content of all time. Which side of the ball do you think will impress us the most, the offense or the defense? Steve, you can take it.
Is he talking about for the
Now, who's
season
gonna
or
be
just
the
a
most
game
impressive
tomorrow?
all night, baby?
We'll go with the game tomorrow. Man, that's a good question there, Andrew. I like it. I think tomorrow we'll probably be more impressed by the defense than the offense, to be quite honest. Like maybe in the first drive or two, we might see something crazy. Might see something that breaks the internet, like a 60-yard bomb to Xavier Worthy or something like that. Could
First
happen.
play.
It could happen, right? But I think ultimately throughout the night, you're going to see a lot of really good young cornerbacks making plays, man.
Yeah.
I also think Felix is going to be in the backfield a lot. I think we'll see a lot of good stuff on the defense, but I'm really excited about the corners. It's kind of weird, though, Mike. Last season, in the preseason, I should say, we had Khalif Halsey out there wrecking teams, looking, freaking
Boy,
spectacular.
He was crushing it last year.
And he didn't even make the squad. So it's kind of like you got to take it with a grain of salt, but I do want to see what these guys are going to do because
Didn't Halsey have like 2 or 3 picks in the preseason?
he had 1 or 2. He had a
He
lot of
done.
pass breakups. He hit hard. But I do want to see our boy Kamal Haddon. I want to see him on the field. I also want to see if Chamari Connor can keep things going the way he had at the end.
Oh, can I talk to you a little bit about Kamal Haddon really quick? First, I want to
Of course you
answer
can.
Andrew's question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the defense will be more impressive too tomorrow. I think the
I think
defense
so.
will get closer to a shutout than the offense will get closer to 40.
You think
I'm gonna use that
in the
metric.
preseason? You know, shut them out in the preseason?
I think they'll get closer to a shutout than we'll get closer to a 40
I got
40
you.
bomb.
I got
But I could be wrong because let me tell you something. Carson Wentz is the real deal. And if he's in there against backups, so how long is
Yeah.
Carson going to play? You may see Chris Oladokin from – you
I'm
may
okay
see
with it.
Oladokin in the
Hey,
third.
I'll
and
tell
then
you this.
Ian Book in the fourth, something like that.
Carson, by all means, threw some pistol missiles at practice. So, I mean, I'm okay with
He
it.
did, bro.
That's
That
a good
dude can
backup
flat out
quarterback
play.
right there, baby. That's a
Dude,
good backup quarterback.
Oladokin looks good. And by the way, Ian Book was throwing some touchdowns. Ian Book threw up one. It was a
Yeah.
touchdown just the other day. I want to say it was on Wednesday, the day that we didn't go. It was the next day. Ian Book threw up a nice bomb to Sky Moore, man. Caught
Yeah.
a touchdown. So,
Later, Chiefs face. We'll see ya.
yeah, we'll see you. Thanks for the 20 bomb, Andrew. Appreciate
Bye.
you, brother.
Thanks for stopping by. Do you remember that
Thanks
video?
for stopping
That weird,
by.
little weird kid that made a video about his girlfriend. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm going to have to find it and send it
Are
to
you talking about the dude who just loved the girl? He's like, I want the girlfriend.
Yeah, it was like a early internet thing, like back when E-Bombs World was big, and it was like a little kid with a mullet and some little glasses, and he had made a video message to his future girlfriend. He's like, "Hello, my future girlfriend."
That was
You
the
remember that?
creepiest time of the internet.
That was the best time. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna find it. We're gonna use it as a clip from now on. He's gonna go, "Bye, thanks for stopping by."
That's going to creep everyone out. But
I
I
can't wait
appreciate
though.
it.
I'm gonna do it. I'll do it.
Yeah,
man.
man.
I'm excited, Mike. I'm excited.
Steve, you're horned. I can already tell.
Absolutely, dude. I think everybody
man.
is.
Yeah, for sure. But we are going to stream that bad boy tomorrow.
Yeah, don't miss
be
it.
sure, mark your calendars. Come over and watch it with us. We're going to do that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be here for just about 15 more minutes. So get those final questions in, baby. Let's get these questions in. Let's talk more about this game. I'm excited. Ready to roll, Steve. I'm having such a good time with it. Do you think tomorrow we're going to see any big run plays? Do you think it'll just be all passing to get people horned up, or do you think you're going to get some nice run plays from like a Deneric Prince?
I think we'll see a little bit of that.
You'll see LRZ play a little running back.
We might see LRZ play a little bit of running back, quite possibly. Maybe later in the game. I think we might see him returning some kicks too. So, I mean,
yeah.
I think that's another position that we really got to take a good look at, right? What are we doing there? So, I mean, that's definitely going to be something they feature, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Becky Pigtails, love the green hair. Is that you, Becky? And by the way, I don't even know if it's green. Might just be your lighting. But if it is green, you have good green hair. What time y'all starting your stream tomorrow, Steve? I think we're going to start it up. The Chiefs go live, I want to say at 7:15. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll be on a little bit before that.
So, yeah, we'll probably jump on around 7-ish, and we'll get it going.
That's 7 Eastern or Central?
That'll be 7 Eastern, so it's going to be 6.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. I've been showing it all night long, and I forgot it all night long.
We'll double check it. But
one more time.
Yeah.
It's at 6 Central.
6 Central,
so that's
7
So,
Eastern.
yeah, we'll be online at 6 Central, 7 Eastern. That's probably when we'll do it. And Becky does say, by the way, that is her green hair.
No,
she does have green hair. I like it.
I didn't even hear you say anything about it.
I talked about it for like 5 minutes.
I wasn't listening to you. I was putting up a poll, baby. I had to put a poll up to see how everybody was feeling for tomorrow. So y'all go vote on that. What do you mean? What I got? It says, how we feeling for tomorrow? Are you horned? Are you horned, or are you effing horned, son? Pick
oh my God,
one.
Just so much hornedness. By the way,
super horned.
By the way, we'll say horned and things, you know. We'll talk about Blue Chew. We get wild. Little did I know that it's going in the wild now. People that watch All Chiefs Up.
You can hear horn out in the wild.
Dude, we were at the Royals game, and somebody screams across the stadium that they're horned up.
Yeah, they did. I think
It's
they were
something
trying
about Blue Chew.
I think they were trying to get our attention, maybe.
Bro, if you're in a public place and hear somebody scream they're horned up and they got a Blue Chew, I would advise you to run.
First, I heard that.
If you don't have mace with you.
It made me happy, and then it also made me happy that Kyle uses it in his regular vocabulary.
Yeah.
So, like, he invited us to the Royals game, which was super nice of Kyle. Absolutely appreciate it. That was freaking awesome. Had a great night. The weather was perfect. It was a night game.
$1 hot dog night,
bro.
too.
So good. If the Royals would just won, it would have been the icing on the cake. But, you know, it is what it is. But I noticed, like, Kyle uses it in his regular vocabulary, and it made me happy. He'd say, you know, I'm horned about whatever.
To know we're rubbing off on Kyle.
Yeah. Look at what do we do?
I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, but
what have we done?
What have we done to you guys?
What have we done? Mike, we got a freaking 2-bomb from our boy TGZ. He says, horned to see Wiley and Crocky J action tomorrow.
Go. More horned action from TGZ.
Man, I'm right there with you, TGZ. I'm at least semi-horned to see those two. Those are some players.
Steve, you're at half staff right now.
Half staffing it. Those are some guys I do want to see, though, for real. Like, I'll be watching to see how they use Wiley in the red zone. If maybe they'll give us an indication early on if they'll be using them in the red zone, like on the first couple drives.
Steve, come on now.
What?
You just said you were trying to watch two guys to get fully horned.
That's not what I said.
Wiley and Crocky J.
You just look, if you want to spin the narrative to fit your story, then that's fine. But I think everybody here knew what was going on.
Appreciate the 2-bomb, TGZ. Appreciate it.
Listen,
and yes,
Bub.
I do think Wiley and Crocky's going to be fun to watch. Becky says, I started saying it in front of my husband. He said, what did you just say?
That's awesome, bro.
Didn't even realize it. Yeah, I think it's just starting to come through, you know?
If that ever happens again, if you say you're horned about something and your husband says, what? Just say, you struggling with it?
They struggling with it?
Just get them going, man. Who cares?
Get them going, man.
Say all the ridiculous stuff you want to say.
Don Peterson says, are you guys Texas fans or something? Texas. Oh, no, because we're saying horns. No.
Just perverts.
Yeah, we're just perverts. Just a couple of perverts having a day. We're Kentucky Wildcat fans, man. We're in Kentucky. A lot of people say, guys, how are you such Chiefs fans and you're from Kentucky? Like, are you just doing this? Are you taking advantage of the
Why do you
kingdom
like the Chiefs? Why do you like the
during
Royals?
this time? Are you real Chiefs fans? You just over here taking advantage of us? No. We were born into this. Pops, he even said
There was a
today-
legend. There was a legend born in 1959, okay?
Yeah, it was a legendary
His
fella.
name is Mark Williams.
He
and
looked like
he
Hyde
is-
from that 70s
look,
show.
No disrespect to any of you guys in the chat, but he's the biggest Chiefs fan I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And
He's been horned for the Chiefs through all the bad times.
yeah. So I mean, that's just how it was.
That's how it is. And
If you weren't a
got us
Chiefs
in on
fan,
it, man.
ultimately you had to sleep outside. You couldn't sleep in the house. So I mean,
You know what it was, Steve? Pops was angry. He said deep down, he said, look, I had these two clown kids when I was a young man, and they took away my freedom. You know, I wanted to horn up out there. And he said they took it away, so he said, I'm going to curse them with the Chiefs for life because they're going to suck. He said, I've been living through the suck. And you know what, Pops? Took 40 years, but we turned it around on you, buddy. Joke's on you. Chiefs are awesome. Chiefs are awesome. You know, thanks to that Kermit guy that we drafted at QB.
Kermit changed it. Changed the
Changed
narrative,
it, baby.
baby.
Changed the game.
Superfly says, I've been meaning to ask you guys what happened to Ayuk in the Super Bowl. Ayukin. We all know what happened to Debo. I'll tell you what happened to Ayuk. There was a guy named Trent McDuffie. There was a guy named Josh Williams. They're just not letting him work, man. I mean,
there was just a defensive coordinator named Spags.
hey,
Put
you
the
know what's great?
clamps on it.
So at camp, like Spags walks by and Mike's like, Spags, you're the GOAT. And he acted like he'd never heard the term GOAT before. He looked at Mike like,
He did.
what are you talking about, bro?
I
You
said,
calling me
Spags,
GOAT?
You're the freaking GOAT, bro. And he looked over me right in my face, and I thought he was going to say, in a Boston accent, I thought he was going to say, yeah, baby. And you know what he said? He just said this. And I was like, I wasn't really calling you a GOAT. Like, you don't have to get horned up and eat tires. Like, I was literally calling you a GOAT. And
You don't have to eat that random can over
and
there.
after Butker signed his big contract, I asked him to borrow $5.
Yeah, that was cool.
He didn't let me borrow it.
Butker didn't let us borrow any money. You know who was the most horned up to see us, Mike?
Who?
Swayze Bozeman.
Swayze. Dude,
He
shout
said,
out
it's my
Swayze
boys.
Bozeman.
There's my boys
Dude.
over there.
Swayze comes by, and not a
Swayze.
single person acknowledges Swayze's beautiful existence.
You
And
know
I
what?
said, Swayze Bozeman. And he said, that's my boys. ACU right there.
He did.
Love Swayze Bozeman. Wish he'd make the team. He ended up getting injured, man. I hope it's not nothing that's going to keep him out for a
Yeah.
long time.
He's a fun one, though. He's a fun story, right?
Love that dude. But yeah, he's battled injuries his entire career, and it looks like here it is again. Makes me sad, dude.
Makes you sad.
Makes me sad.
How sad are you?
Pretty sad. I was going to think about it for a minute.
Yeah. Well, guys, we are going to head off for the night. Be here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. We're going to live stream the game. We're going to give you our thoughts on each play. We're going to give you our thoughts on who does what and how that's affecting them in picking the 53-man roster. It'll be a fun time. It's always fun. I just wanted to say thanks to BetUS.
Oh, yeah.
For sponsoring this episode. You guys are amazing. Make sure to click that link in the description or the linked comment, pinned comment. Is that what it's called? Yeah, click that bad boy and sign up for that. I just signed up. I'm ready to go for the season, so you guys should be too. It'll be fun. But appreciate everybody for being here. Hit the like button on your way out if you haven't done that already. Help your boys out. Hit that like button. Also, if you haven't watched our last few videos or shorts, take a few minutes afterwards to go do that. Help your boys out. But we appreciate you, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
7 p.m., 6 p.m. Central. Can't wait. Go Chiefs.
There goes a sight from my soul.